Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Your discretion is advised. Welcome. We are live. Welcome, everybody. Howdy. It is Force of Flesh, episode 99. We're almost there. We've almost made it to the big 100. Couple things. We got Mori. He's going to be joining us a little bit late today. Probably in about 2 hours or so, but the rest of us are here for now to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition for you guys. So why don't we go around the horn, introduce everyone's character, talk a little bit about what happened last time. Yeah, Ferdy, what's going on? Who are you playing?
I am playing Abelona and Florentine, or Abe and Flo. Last time we fought. What were they called?
Something.
There's like a knight. There was like a knight, and then like another creature with him.
You fought a
like
souped
death
up
hands or something.
You fought a souped up death knight that I had given a bunch of extra bullshit to, and a death head of Baal, BHAAL.
That's what it is.
You guys did really good. I mean, some of you almost died. A couple of you, I think, almost died or had some close calls. Other than that, everything went swimmingly, I think.
Yeah. Prior to fighting them, we met like an angel of some sort that casted something to vanish the Bodhisattvas in our area.
An angel, Tianchi, wielding a familiar looking scythe that we've probably seen before, and a bunch of other death heads that got ported away with the Bodhisattvas that were with you. But I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about there. What else is going on? How is Abe and Flo doing right now?
They're fine. They're just trying to understand what's happening at the moment. Right now they're in Flo's body. Well, you're actually seeing Flo's body because they're changelings in heaven.
Yeah, fair enough. So right now, I guess you'd be appearing as Flo. That's fine. One of these days I'll get it organized enough to where I have it already and correct on the title screen too, as well as like on the map. I think it's right on the map that you guys are on right now, but we'll see in a minute, I guess, when I pull you guys over there. Anyways, thanks, Ferdy. Up next we got Keo, who's playing Quartz. Keo, what's going on?
Hi, I'm Keo. I play Quartz, and she's a follower of the devil. Right now, she has everyone in her magnificent mansion. Her hope is that they could rest, since a lot of her teammates are really, really injured on the brink of death, and she would like to contact her brother Rifa to see where he disappeared to. She tried once before, it didn't work. She's hoping that it works after a second try.
Fair enough. Baal exists in this world, Wolfrin says. Who is Baal in D&D? Forgotten Realms. What?
The Lord of Murder.
Lord of Murder, Faerunian god of violence and ritualistic killing.
the lord of a gathering of crows?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's just what the monster's called. Maybe maybe Ball is in this setting. I don't know. We'll find out someday, maybe. All right. Well, Quartz, best of luck. Best of luck. Are you worried about your brother?
Not particularly worried because she knows that he's really strong, but she'd at least like to be informed on his going-ons.
Right on.
Probably wants to ask him what exactly is happening and if he knows what's happening.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thanks, Kyo. Up next, we got Wolfrin, who's playing Myrkrið for you guys. Wolfrin, how's it going?
Hi. Let's see. This is supposed to be an introduction, right?
I guess, yeah.
Let's
Introduction.
go for a recap instead. Myrkrið was just involved in some sort of weird party game. He
Murder
is
mystery,
beginning
yeah.
to suspect that people can actually die up here, although he was told by multiple people that they couldn't.
That they couldn't, yeah.
He is curious why he's resting at the moment, because he feels like if people can die up here and this isn't a game, why aren't we out figuring out what's going on?
Instead, we're just hanging out in this mansion. What is
Something.
this place of opulence?
We just
Yeah.
teleported somewhere.
I really like that your view on the whole thing is very different from the typical perspective of all this. Like a lot of this stuff probably seems normal to the rest of these guys, as far as like how things work here. Everything about it is alien to you.
Everything, yeah. Although his caution is, he feels like it's being rewarded because he didn't want to eat the food, and then someone mentioned it could be poisoned, so that's a thing. Well, people can't die, and then they die.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there's worse things than death though, right?
Yeah, being revived.
Yeah, being told that your work is not over.
Yeah.
You don't get to rest. Not yet. Thanks,
Whole
Wolfrin.
new meaning to the I'll rest when I'm dead.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got Zach, who's playing Candor for you guys. Zach?
I am. I died last time, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Sort of. Close, at least.
I somewhat died. Yes. So now I am hoping to get some rest so that I do not die in the future.
Yeah, you got put down to death saves last time, right?
Uh-huh. I even failed the first one.
Yeah. It's a pretty close call there, for sure. But yeah, you did good. You guys did good, so it's okay. All right. So, basically last time you guys were doing a party at this sort of mansion in one of the, I think, was it the district? Which district was it in heaven that we put the party in? I don't recall. Probably
Fortune, I believe.
Yeah, it was
Or
Fortune.
no, did we put it in the, was it in the Fortune or did we put it in the middle?
I thought it was in the middle.
Yeah, no, it was in the middle, wasn't it?
It was in like neutral
Some sort of
territory.
neutral area.
Makes sense.
That makes more sense, yes.
It's been weeks and weeks. Okay. So you guys were attending this party. It was meant as a like sort of welcoming party, celebration kind of thing, a way to get to know this new ambassador from the flesh who, seems to be having good intentions. The fact that they can exist here without being obliterated should show that. But things were strange. But we did see a lot of like major players visiting the party. Nirnham, who said he wouldn't be there, ended up showing up. We saw a couple other Bodhisattvas with Rifa, Bodhisattva for the devil, and Uberma Bodhisattva for the new death. And there might have been some other Bodhisattvas there too that we just didn't recognize. I think there was actually one other one mentioned for the star. Was it?
The shiny one,
yeah,
the glowing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of interesting characters there, including God's Blood from the star. A part of it, you might say. You guys sort of interacted with some people at the party. You had some chat time with Rifa. And when Nirnham showed up, he got you a vision of cryptic things happening. And basically Nirnham's sounds like has been expecting some sort of upheaval in heaven, has been waiting for this to happen, waiting to make a move. And it seems like it did, because partway through the party, there was apparently someone murdered. The blame placed on Myrkrid's feet as the outsider, or at least it seemed like they tried to make it look that way. The rest of the folks at the party were quick to just believe what everything appeared to be. At least it seemed that way, except for you guys who didn't buy it. Figured out something fishy was going on, that there was some magic at play, and dispelled that magic. And it was revealed that everything that was happening was an illusion. Everyone at the party had already been murdered. And you were attacked by some goons, you might call them, I guess. Some basically some folks still running with the old death. There was a death angel there, well, wielding death's scythe, and some other guys, Death Knight and the Death Heads. Nirnham, Rifa, and Uberma set out to attack the Death Heads, while them and their quarry and the Death Angel teleported away, while you guys were left to fight the rest. And you did all right. After the fight, recovering from your wounds, you hid away in Quartz's mansion to catch your breath, figure out what is happening, try to contact the Bodhisattvas or anyone else that might have information. Yeah, I guess we'll jump in and pick up there. Let me pull up the map, assuming I can find it. It was this one? No, that doesn't look right. Where did I put this one? I think. Yeah, all right. Let me pull you guys over here. Here you are. Boom. So, you're hanging out in Quartz's mansion. Up to you guys if you want some time to have passed, I guess. I don't think we left off on a cliffhanger. I think we sort of left off on you guys arriving here. Lucero is here. Mori is not, so Lucero will be kind of just recovering in the background. Also very wounded, I think. So there's that. But what do you guys want to do?
Anybody want to play cards?
Well, if any of you guys want to rest, I have some rooms for you. If you're hungry, I can take some time to make us some food. While we rest, I do want to I want to see if I can contact my brother again. And then she's gonna like clap her hands, and then there's gonna be a bunch of like translucent like figures just appear, and she's gonna tell the rest of the crew like, if you guys want a room, please follow one of these, and they'll lead you right to a place where you can rest.
Yeah, Quartz, like there's a bunch of rooms upstairs, certainly more than you guys would need. There's also like your own common area if you wanted, like just like a sort of relaxing place with a fireplace, like a almost like a study. I guess there's like a master bedroom. But there's a map for it if you wanted to show them around, you can do that.
Well, I was gonna have, because I think Magnificent Mansion comes with like servants or something.
Yeah, you can have your servants show them
So-
around too.
Yeah. Are any of you hungry?
Not particularly.
All right.
Not at the moment.
Well, you guys can rest for now. Maybe I'll cook up a feast later.
Question. Myrkrið, are you still have you returned to looking like you did before or no? Myrkrið? Wolfrin?
He's muted.
Darn it. No, Myrkrið is Myrkrið is still about a foot taller, much wider, and covered in white fur.
Right on.
Most of it having regrown at this point.
Okay.
And I suppose at this, he's Myrkrið is kind of hanging back. He's looking around, taking everything in. He'll come over and kind of settle right here, just squatting down. But with his longer limbs, it almost looks like he's sitting.
Right on. All right.
I guess if no one else is going to a room,
I think Lucero will take the opportunity to go upstairs, find a room.
okay. Quartz is gonna try to cast Sending on Rifa again. See if she can contact him.
Yes, I should actually do the same, but I want to do that for Nirnham.
Okay. What
That way
are
we
you-
can.
Can you type your
That way we can-
message in
I
the chat?
will.
Both of you, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where'd my there it is.
Didn't he roll a 1 last time?
Yeah, but I'm assuming I would have to roll again, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't
I'll-
know that your message wasn't. And actually,
Yeah.
your last message was like 5 minutes ago in real time or in game time.
That's true. I'm not saying you can't do it. You certainly can.
Yeah, I'm still going to.
Okay. 25 words, quick distance, even at other planes of existence. Target is on a plane different if there's a 5% chance the message doesn't arrive. So I'll just do the same thing as last time. You roll a D100. If it's a 5 or lower, it doesn't arrive. Just don't roll. I think last time you rolled a 1 or a 2. So
Mhm.
just don't do that again.
I send annoying messages. I actually like do that as poetry.
Right on. I dig it. Just so you know, you haven't seen it written out yet, and maybe the others don't know either. It's spelled like that. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just for your own knowledge.
Darn, I can't change it, I don't think, in this. Oh well.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh cool, I'm just missing an H. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Aha!
Okay. All right. Quartz. The response you get back is just it's here, I'll type it out for you. That's it. You hear it too, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
So it sounds like Quartz, like he's in pain or something, or like something's wrong. Candor. The response you get from Nirnham. So we discussed before that Rifa is played by Vincent D'Onofrio, right? Nirnham, in my head canon, is played by Sam Elliott. So he's definitely got like a more Western kind of way of talking. So the response you get back from him is Rifa doesn't look so good. Where'd you all go? And we cut away from you all for a second. We cut back to the mansion, or like the house, the party house where you guys were having the get together. And what we see is an empty place, just blood all over the place, the corpses on the ground. And then there's like a popping sound, and we see 3 silhouettes appear in the room. One of them, like, we can't see their faces or details. It's like a shot where there's like a backlight, so they just look like shadows. But then like the camera adjusts, and we can see Nirnham facing away from the other two. In his hand, like we see like something like long and dangling from one of his hands, and like something dripping onto the floor. As the camera refocuses, we can see this large clump of black feathers in his hand, and then we can clearly tell that he's holding like a severed angel wing. There's blood dripping from the end of it, like it was ripped out, like with his bare hands. And there's blood all over him, like all over his robes. And Nirnham is just like breathing kind of hard, like. Then the camera pans across the other two. Ubermaw is looking concerned at Rifa, who, as soon as he appears, stumbles a couple feet and then grips his, it like pulls up a palm to his sternum, and we see blood on his chest. He then collapses to his knees. We hear Rifa go, Quartz. And then Ubermaw runs over to him, and Ubermaw's like, Nirnham. And Nirnham turns around and looks and drops the severed like angel wing on the ground. And he goes, it's that damn scythe. And he like starts to move towards him. And he goes, Rifa, you fool. And then we see Nirnham like kind of look up for a second. And we hear him say, Rifa doesn't look so good. Where'd you all go? And then we cut back to you all.
Quartz looks concerned. She's gonna tell everyone that Rifa sounds hurt. Does Quartz know that Candor's casting sending at the same time?
assume
It
there's something
is
visible.
verbal, somatic, and it's got all of them, so I assume so. Material, brain.
Candor, who did you contact?
Oh, Nirnham.
What is he saying?
Rifa doesn't look so good. And he asked where we went.
Should we contact him back? Tell him where we are?
I only have one more spell slot. Although I suppose we're going to take a rest soon.
Quartz is going to cast sending again.
All right.
This time to Nirnham. I'm gonna type it out. Oh, let me type it out first.
All right. We're safe in the sanctuary. Rifa will know what happened to you, and can we help? So we cut back to the room that the three of them are in, and Ubermont by this point has like one of Rifa's arms over his shoulder, like to hold him up. And Nirnham is like, get him on the table. And Rifa is like choking up blood at this point. It was like coming down his chin. We see like Ubermont kind of like get him over the edge of a table and kind of like start setting him down. And like when his behind hits the table, Rifa just like basically collapses back. We see him like pull his hand up and look down at the wound. What we see at the wound, like his shirt is here, his like robe is like ripped. And we get like a clear shot of the wound, and there's a lot of blood. It's quite a gory looking hole in his chest. There is a lot of blood. As he like lifts his hands up, we see a bunch of little golden beetles like trying to make their way out of the wound. And he like his eyes kind of go wide for a second, and he covers it again with his hand. And he just like coughs up some more blood. And then we see like Nirnham standing there, and he says, Rifa, where's Quartz's sanctuary? And Rifa's like, she would have summoned it. He wouldn't be able to see the door, right? Like he wouldn't be able to see.
It's invisible.
Yeah, it's invisible, right? So he wouldn't. He would just be like, I guess he would just say, it would be around here somewhere. As he like tries to stop himself from choking out any more blood.
Did Nirnham respond, by the way?
Yeah, he'll respond with He says he can't see it. There's a door here, I take it. Where?
Quartz is gonna go back to the front door and open it.
What does this look like from their point of view? Like this random door opens in the middle of nowhere in the room or something.
Probably just like light opens up in like the shape of a door. And it's just like once like it basically materializes a door out of thin air. It's just like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, okay. So we see this like light wash across the room suddenly. As the three of them like look. We see there even Rifa, who's laying on a table. His eyes move towards this light where this door opens in the middle of the room. Uberma starts to like get ready to like pick Rifa back up. Nirnham takes a step towards the door with like his head tilted to one side, kind of like he's curious a little bit. And we hear Rifa go, Quartz. And then he like grabs Nirnham's wrist. And then Nirnham kind of stops and looks at him and he goes, Nirnham, Quartz. And like we see some blood pouring down his chin. And Nirnham just kind of looks down at him and like nods. And then Rifa like lets go of his wrist. Like he's like gripping it, white knuckling it. He like lets go. And Nirnham turns back to Uberma and he says, quick, let's get him in. And they like grabs him by his shoulders while Uberma grabs his like legs. And they start to like deadlift him into the room. All right, let me just grab their tokens, I reckon. Where did put tokens anyway? Here we go. Wait,
Good question.
Where? Oh, there he is. What's the question?
You asking where you put the things?
What? Oh, where?
Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I got you. All right. Here they be. They are way too big. Let me shrink them down before I put them on the right layer. Come on, guys. Okay. Nirnham's token doesn't want to shrink for some reason. There we go.
Are they struggling with Rifa when they bring him in?
I mean, they've got their hands full, yeah. He's not like flailing around or anything. He's actually kind of calm, considering. But as soon as they come through the door, like Uberma's got his legs and Nirnham's got like his arms under his armpits. And they're just like carrying him in.
Quartz is like opening the door for them, and then as soon as they like pass through, she closes it.
Yeah, as they move by you, like Rifa reaches out to like
before they get too far, I'd like to use my Saturn to cast Levitate to help them.
Okay. Can you link the spell?
Yes.
You reached out to what?
One creature you see rises vertically up to 20 feet to remain suspended for the duration. Spell can levitate. Target weighs up to 500 pounds. Let's say he's willing. Target can move only. Pushing, pulling against fixed objects. So yeah, okay. So just like you're gonna levitate him like as many feet as they're trying to carry him off the ground, like 3-4 feet.
Yeah, just keep him off the ground and move him over to a table because I can move him within the spell's range as well.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, we see his body sort of lighten up, almost like he's laying on a surface in midair, sort of. But his his robes are still like dangling down. Definitely becomes easier for them to move him. Yeah, I was gonna say he reaches out towards you, Quartz. Like we see him reach out with a hand, like rest his hand on your arm. For a second, as he like looks at you, you see the blood running from his mouth, and like almost like he's trying to calm you down. And when he pulls his hand away, there's just like blood all over your arm. Yeah, I mean, they drag him inside.
Quartz is definitely slightly freaking out. She, like, as soon as she closes the door, she's gonna tell everyone to, like, make way. I've got, just lay him down right here. And she points to, like, this open space there. One of you, what happened? And she, like, looks at Uberman and Nirnham, like,
Nirnham says, damn Tianchi. They're supposed to be dead. And Uberma says, that was Death's Scythe, wasn't it? And Nirnham nods. Yeah, they set him down on the ground. And Nirnham says, must have been an ambush. They were after us, I think, or probably you. And he points to Uberma. Rifa kind of like chuckles a little bit. Sputters up some more blood.
what do you mean they were after you? Don't they follow you? Uberma?
He says, Uberma says, Nirnham and I have been trying to take out as many of Death's old followers as we can. Seems like they're starting to fight back. It's been, and like Nirnham cuts him off, and he's like, it's been too easy. About time for them to try to put up a fight. And he looks down at Rifa, and he's like, sorry you got caught in the middle of this.
Well, is he going to be okay?
Nirnham pauses, and him and Uberma exchange looks. And then he says, I don't know. He was hit with the scythe. That belongs to Death. It's possible he's marked. Maybe nothing we can do. And Rifa, laying there on the ground, like, holds up his hand again. We see him look down at the moon. This time we don't see it like on camera, right? Like his hand is still in the way for the audience. And he kind of nods. And he says, Rifa goes, I didn't know you could rip Tianqi's wings off with your bare hands. And Nirnham goes, neither did I.
Right, Rifa, that's not important right now. We need to get you to someone who can help you. Can I see if I know of anyone who might be... Or actually, let me ask Uberma and Nirnham. Do you know of anyone who could help him? Someone, a healer, perhaps? That wound looks very bad.
Rifa says, "Yeah, it does." Kind of like grits his teeth. Nirnham says, "Anyone we can get to in time? Uberma, Rifa, anyone?" There's like a pause. Uberma seems to be considering something. Rifa says, Nirnham, there's something you got to know. And Nirnham's like, what is it? He looks down at his wound again, and he says, he says, Lapel, I saw him, Black Rivers, saw him die. Wasn't all that unlike this, actually. That shifty-eyed druid you were running with back in 5 Rings. Yeah, you know what he's about to tell him, right? He says, ripped through his organs like nothing I'd ever seen. Crawled out of his body. Nirnham kind of like his brow furrows and he squints for a second. And he says, you can tell me about this later. We need to figure out how to... Uberma, do you know anyone? And Uberma like pauses for a second and he says there might be one person who could help, but well, you're not gonna like it. Just like silence washes over the room. Nobody says anything.
Who is it?
Yeah, Nirnham kind of looks at him expectantly when you ask that, like, come on, out with it, right? And Uberma says, well, she uses the name Elizabeth. And Nirnham rolls his eyes. And Uberma says, look, she's a powerful wizard. At least as powerful as I was. If anybody can... Look, she lived just as long as I did. She has ways to cheat death, Nirnham.
Can I roll a history check to see if I know who he's talking about?
Make a roll, yeah.
History or...
History, I'd also allow like Arcana. If there's something else you think might apply, I'll let you lawyer it. Okay. So there's a really powerful lich. You might either know her as a lich or as like a super powerful wizard. She has a realm in Limbo. She's been a you know who I'm talking about. I see. She's been like a similar to like Uberma's previous status. Like she's been wanted by heaven for a long time. And currently she rules over the Githzerai, I believe.
Githyanki.
Githyanki? It was the Githzerai.
There's Githzerai and Githyanki.
Yeah. It was the Githzerai we saw Uberma ruling over before, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it'd be the Githyanki, yeah.
Oh.
And does she have like a reputation? Like, is she crazy? Like, is there anything I know about like her personality? Why?
Nirnham like goes, she's absolutely batshit.
I mean, aren't you guys Bodhisattva? Is that literally our only option? Don't you know of any other Bodhisattva who can help us?
Bodhisattva's not going to be able to stop this.
And she would?
She...
Can't we call on our Arcana or something?
Uberma takes a step back and he says, Arcana aren't going to help us with this. This is blasphemy. He's marked for death. He has to die now. The scythe struck him. I haven't even looked at the wound, but I've heard of what it can do to people, what it can do to souls. And Nirnham like nods and he says, I've seen it in passing. Thing is made for reaping. Uberma says, look, before I became a Bodhisattva, all of the most powerful wizards we all have ways to get around death. The Bodhisattvas are different. They've been blessed by the Arcana. They can live forever. They don't age, but I had to steal my soul back from heaven. Keep it somewhere safe. She probably has figured out a similar method. If she can practice magics, I can't anymore. If anyone can figure out a way around this, it would be her. And Nirnham says, if anyone would want to kill us, it would be her too, especially you, Uberma.
Have we not seen the wound yet? Is he covering
No
it?
one else has seen it. No, I don't think anyone else has really looked at it.
I want to look at it.
Okay.
So he's holding a hand over it, or
Yeah, he lifts his hand up slightly to look at it every once in a while, but he's like trying to keep it from bleeding out, kind of like he's keeping pressure on it.
oh, okay.
If you want to look at it, Candor, what are you doing? Like, are you moving his hand out of the way? Like, what are you doing to look at it?
No, I'm gonna look at it while he's like not holding it, basically.
Yeah, you're just gonna try to steal a glimpse of it. All right.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Are there any wounds on Uberma or Nirnham at all?
Oh, God,
Nirnham
15,
has a
that's
few
not great.
stab wounds, yeah, but they're small. Like he's not bleeding a lot. His his robes are also torn a bit. Make a okay. That's not a good perception check, Candor.
No, should I do the D8?
Yeah. I'll get to you in a second. Wolfrin.
18. Okay.
18. Okay. So you see, like when he picks his hand up to look at one point, you see like a giant hole, like a couple inches in diameter, probably. Almost like it looks slightly too big to be from the scythe. Maybe. It's hard to tell. You also get like a glimmer of you can see something reflect the light, but it's almost like it retracts back into the wound slightly. You can definitely tell that it's like a gold. Like you see like a fleck of gold in there. But you don't get more than that, not with an 18. Unless you want to like pull his hand away and like really look at it.
Nah.
Wolfrin, make a perception check.
Sight or smell?
Sight.
While
Make-
he's doing that, can I do an Arcana check to sense if there's any magic.
Yes. Make a check. Couple things, Myrkrið. Make one for smell too, just for the heck of it. You already mentioned you're trying to get the scent. All right. Okay. Couple things, Myrkrið. Where the parts of Nirnham's robes that are sort of like torn away, you just see lots of scars. Like some of them look like ritualistic, like someone carved tattoos into themselves.
Similar to Myrkrid's.
I don't know. What do yours look like?
Lightning strikes.
Oh
Crescent
yeah,
moon.
there's definitely
like,
lightning strikes.
Vine-like things.
There's no moon. There's no like really like vines. Like some of them just look like places he's been stabbed and cut. But there's definitely some that are like with purpose. You can definitely see like a lightning bolt on part of his arm for sure. There might even be like if you get a really good look, like an emblem of like a tower. Maybe even like a dragon's head. I mean, you did roll like really well on that.
5.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You might see bits of like what looks like a dragon's head. Angry.
I don't know what that creature is, but I'll keep track of it.
Yeah. Okay. Ferdy with the 18 Arcana. You were trying to see if there's any kind of magic.
Yeah, involved with I tried to take out one of my pendulums and I tried to put it on top of his hand.
Okay. You do pick up some magic, some kind of curse on him. Seems to be coming from the wound, but it's like spreading all throughout his body. And I think the school of magic you sense around him would probably be necromancy.
Okay.
Can I do a medicine check to see if it does look like it was just by that scythe?
Yeah, do a medicine check.
Okay. Beforehand, I'd like to cast Borrowed Knowledge medicine.
Can you link borrowed knowledge?
Yes. Keep having to click between things.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So you give yourself proficiency. Awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, 21. Should you have extra points to that?
I changed it so I do.
Oh, okay. So include. Okay.
I don't have a huge amount of wisdom points.
No worries.
Would you like me to roll a d8 as well? Since I have proficiency in it, I can use my psychic abilities.
There's a chance that it could be better if you roll the d8.
That's fine with me. I have 4 more dice.
Oh, hey Roxy, by the way. Sorry I didn't say hi. Hello. Thanks
23.
For popping in. Okay. So, definitely looks like a puncture wound from something sharp. Clearly like a tool. It goes all the way through.
Woof.
How are you checking him out? Like, are you like actually like, here, pull your hand away, let me get a closer look? Like,
I'll use my previous like seeing of it, and I probably would try that. Like, hey, let me get like a quick like look over it, make sure there's nothing else going on that we can help you with first, and then just as soon as I can get an idea of what it's about, then hand right back over.
make a wisdom save.
Yeah, fuck.
Oof.
Okay. Here's what you see. He pulls the hand back to let you get a closer look at the wound, and you first thing with your medicine check, there's some kind of disease going on here too that you pick up on, like whatever has hit him has infected the area around where it damaged him, where the puncture is.
Oh, fun.
And you can probably see that it's the kind of infection that's going to like spread throughout his system. There's definitely some kind of disease at play here. The other thing you notice, because you can probably actually see the symptoms of this disease, at least some of them. It's almost like parasitic in nature. There's a bunch of like tiny little like white worms around the wound. They like when you pull his hand away and you kind of like get hit where his like punctured robe is, kind of like pull it back to the tight to the skin where you can see like the skin around the wound as well. Like you can see the movement of some of these worms like just under the skin outside the stabbed area. But you can also see some of them like writhing around in the wound itself. Like they're eating away at the skin and the organ that are like exposed.
No golden
cool.
things.
Sorry?
No little golden things. I thought you said that earlier.
I did say that earlier. He doesn't see them when he looks this time.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All he sees are these worms.
But yeah, I walk over here and I vomit.
So let me see if I can help. You look at it. Nope.
When Candor vomits, Candor vomits, some like of the servants of the mansion goes over and like cleans it up as he's vomiting.
Yeah, they start.
Oh,
they start
why did I do that?
One of them like hands you like a warm, moist like towel. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention.
Oh, thank you. You're such a doll.
The other thing I wanted to mention, Myrkrið, the smell you picked up on. There's a couple things about it. So you can smell like this sort of sweet scent.
Ooh, the sweet scent of decay.
It's like, well, there's two. There's like a kind of like clean, pleasant, almost like flower scent that's coming from most of the Bodhisattvas in general.
Lotus flower, perhaps?
Yes. And thank you, Zach. And there's also like this sort of earthy kind of decay and rot coming from like the wound and Rifa. The sort of like flowery sweet smell around him seems to be like lessened.
Pretty familiar with the smell of decay. The other one, not so much.
Yeah.
Is it
And
possible?
I suppose Rifa also smells a bit like a campfire, Nirnham like ozone, and Uberma. Like tilled earth, maybe.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, continue.
Can I try to dispel the necromancy magic?
You can certainly try. Yeah.
I'll use a spell slot for this.
Okay. You spell third level over the target ends. Spell fourth level or higher on the target. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus spell's level. Successful check. The spell ends. Okay. Make a ability check. Spell ability check.
Take
Which one would that be?
inspiration.
Sorry. 30?
Okay. What is that? supposed to be like intelligence check? Or?
If intelligence is your spellcasting ability, then yeah, it would be an intelligence check.
Okay.
Are you gonna tell us what you're doing? 'Cause
Yeah, I sense something of necromancy involved with this thing that your brother's having. And I'll try to
I'd also like to give you bardic inspiration. That helps.
Nirnham, don't you're too close. But wait.
But
Since,
wait, there's more.
since I have a boon.
Oh goodness. Okay.
All right.
do
You have
that.
luck
Idea.
points. All right. Nirnham will take a step back.
Darn it.
Okay, 13. DC
Ba-
equals
He
10.
has bardic too.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
want to use the
Bardic
bardic?
inspiration.
It's a D10.
Yeah.
I already gave away that it was a 10 though.
How many are there?
That's a good question. I can't remember if you can benefit from one or both.
You can only benefit from one at a time.
What I was going to
Yes.
say.
Okay. Take his
Wolfrin-
then, because his is D10, mine is D8.
What I was going to say, Wolfrin, was 10 plus the spell's level. That's what I was going to say.
Oh.
Not 10. Just so you know.
So a
So it might be
D10.
needed.
Yes.
Okay, so
And
that brings-
then and
And that's it.
then I can use my
This is an ability check, right?
it is.
Yeah, that's a bit sensitive
Um,
ability check. Yeah.
I'll add a plus.
You
Oh, yeah,
rolled-
doesn't
you
he
rolled
get to
the
re-roll
bardic
it and-
twice. You roll the
Oh,
bardic
yeah.
twice and take the biggest.
Yeah.
But is
Reroll
that
a
like
D10.
a reaction or is that a
No,
No,
it's just a
it's-
thing that happens.
Okay.
It's my improved bardic, basically.
Your bardic inspiration's actually useful.
I think he'll take the 8.
Yep.
And then add a +5 to that.
So 26.
You know how the spell that you're casting works, right?
No, let him go ahead. If he wants to use all
Yeah.
his stuff, he can use all the stuff.
That's fair.
We're about to get a long rest. I think.
Are we?
That's it.
All right, so that brings us to a total of 21, right?
26 because it adds
26 with the
+5.
5.
Okay.
And what are you choosing for your target?
It's
Whatever spell is
the
affecting him.
yeah. Since
So,
I
so one creature, basically, within
Mhm.
range.
yep.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what happens. You what's the best way to put this? You feel an effect
Feel him.
On him cease. Make a Arcana or religion check.
Arcana or religion? I'll pick Arcana.
Okay. So as you cast a spell, it's almost like you can see like his aura or something, right? And he's got this sort of, I don't know, maybe his aura, I'm not really sure what all the colors for aura means, but I imagine Rifa as being like either like a dark red or like a purple maybe. But around it are all these like dark spots, these like voids of color. And you can sort of like sense those dissipate, those dark spots kind of get washed away. You can tell that part of the magic from whatever is doing this to him has something to do with like keeping a hold on his soul. There is something about this that not only would it kill him, but it would trap his soul somehow, or prevent it from returning to the wheel, or something along those lines. That effect is blown away. Like, you just get rid of it. The problem is the curse. The curse that you're picking up on is something different. There's like a moment where you feel it kind of like back away in response to the spell that you're casting. Almost like it's like trying to shield itself from a bright light. But as soon as the spell's over and the that sort of necromancy washes away, that curse kind of like flows back over and stays.
Which one is that?
Which one?
Was that the death one or the soul trapping one?
The soul trapping thing is gone. The problem is,
okay. I'm making sure which one was gone.
Yeah,
And there's a curse, right?
There is a curse and a disease. I feel like our longtime players know what that means.
When Quartz is told about the curse by one of the Bodhisattva, she's going to one, take out her castanets, and she's going to clap it 3 or 4 times, and then she's going to create a bag of diamond dust. Probably like on this table. She grabs it, she goes over to Rifa, and then she casts Greater Restoration.
You imbue a creature you touch with positive energy to undo a debilitating effect. You reduce the target's exhaustion level and one of the following effects on the target: charmed, petrified, curse, including attunement to a cursed item, reproduction, and one ability scores 1 effect, reducing the target's hit point maximum. Okay, so I'm assuming the effect you're choosing to end here is curse, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you cast the Greater Restoration with the diamonds, and you feel the curse wash away. And you're
She blows the diamond dust in his face.
Yeah. Okay.
That can't be healthy.
Yeah. He his eyes start blinking. Some of it goes in his eyes, right? It's probably good. Probably doesn't irritate him at all.
Nah, the spell consumes it, so.
Yeah. And okay, so you feel the effect of this curse like wash away out of his system. And there's almost like a moment where like he genuinely seems to like feel some kind of renewed vigor. And it almost seems like the curse is totally eradicated as in it over the course of a few seconds. But then you see it like reinfect his body immediately afterwards. Like it blew away to nothing. Like it was gone. Like you even would see like some of the, if you were looking at the womb. Do you look at the womb, Quartz?
No,
okay.
She expected other people who've already looked at the wound to tell her what was happening with the wound.
Well, Candor stepped away and puked, so I'm guessing not looking at it anymore. Okay, well, never mind about what you would see there then. Yeah, I mean, it seems like if you've probably done this before, you've probably eradicated curses before, and it seems like it's gone for a few seconds, and then somehow it just like reappears.
That's not good. It doesn't seem like it works.
I don't know if Nirnham knows. Like Nirnham wasn't there for Orlin. I don't think. It was all Avachai, right?
No. Well, I don't know, because Nirnham seems to know what's happening with with our team. So I don't know if he was watching us at all. Because sometimes we would like call out to him and he would answer.
I mean, that's definitely true. Like when you guys were in the Feywild, sometimes. He's not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna sit on that for a second and think about it. I don't think Nirnham knows.
Like he wasn't there when it happened. Like when we did call for him while we were in the Feywild.
Yeah, I mean, you guys also did the thing that I'm talking about a bunch of times in the Feywild. But when he was able to communicate with you there, it was all through astral projection.
We definitely cured the stuff when like 2 times.
Whoa, you roboted really hard.
Crazy.
Like it was like you were talking super fast. Can you repeat that?
I was saying we definitely cured a bunch of this stuff while we were in the Feywild like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, you did.
I think 2. Yeah.
I just don't know if like here.
If when in doubt, roll a dice.
Yeah, I'll roll a d20
Roll.
and let's see. I don't think a 10 is enough. I don't
So he
think
doesn't know.
He doesn't know. No. Well, I mean, you don't know whether he knows or not. He doesn't say
Right.
anything.
Well, I've exhausted all of my options. Maybe I don't want to say rest it off, but maybe we
Got in the dark here, but did you happen to like feel if there's any specific thing, whatever that is, detects? Like, can it tell if he's dead?
Huh?
I don't
What?
understand the question.
Yeah, I
Can
don't either.
the whatever
I'm totally
curse or
lost.
spell is it on him? Can it tell if he's dead?
Can the curse tell if he's dead? So, like,
Yes.
if we can fake his death or like make him seem dead, will the curse dissipate? Is the question.
Right.
well,
Because sometimes things are cursed to die, but I mean, there's not much to do after death. So
You'd think that.
I mean,
well, now that we've got the soul one off him,
Nirnham, Ubama, you guys are incredibly smart. Do you know what the curse is? You say he's cursed, but do you know the details of this curse?
There's one way to figure that out. Here. Well,
No, you go ahead if you're gonna do a thing. Yeah,
yeah.
Learn what spells are affecting them.
has to be an object. He's still
if
alive.
you instead touch a creature,
It's
throughout the
farther
casting,
down.
you learn
Yeah.
what
Oh,
spells
oh.
any are currently affecting.
Yeah, it's for everything basically.
What spells, if any? Okay. It's not a specific spell, is the thing. I mean, I feel like you guys as players know what it is. Okay, here's what I'll say.
I mean, curses are spells.
Yeah, but they're not like a spell listed in the
Kind
spell
of.
book. You know what I mean?
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't specifically say on there spells listed in your spell book.
Well, that's what I think of when I think of a spell, like a spell from the spell list. List of
Yeah, but
spells.
that's not all the spells.
That's fair. Here's what I was gonna say. With identify, you can tell that the curse and the disease are linked, that they're one and the same. They reinforce each other. You can tell that the curse. I don't know if you'd be able to tell if like killing him would make it go away. Whoa, did we lose somebody? Oh, just for a second.
Anime.
But you'd be able to tell that, like I said, the disease and the curse are linked, that they are killing him. It may take some time. The getting rid of the necromancy thing may have slowed it down some. I don't know that you would get much more than that. You might get that some of its effects are subsided a little bit, but it's still like killing his body is the problem. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Keo, what I said was that the disease and the curse are linked, that they're one and the same, they're reinforcing the other. So like get rid of the curse, and that's probably why it came back, is because the disease was still there. And that it's killing his body. Like whatever part of it was infecting the soul has been removed. But it's still like killing his body.
How much of that do you say, Flo?
I'm gonna say everything out loud. The curse and the disease are linked.
Uberma and Nirnham both say it sounds like flesh corruption. And they look at Myrkrið.
Yeah, totally know what that is. Could we go over it for the people that don't?
So flesh corruption is this thing that's been following them around the whole campaign.
Oh no, I was saying that in character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, can any one of you guys destroy a disease? What if we just destroy them both at the same time, if they're linked?
Uberma looks at Nirnham, and Nirnham shakes his head, and he goes, "Not really the healing type." Uberma says, I think I can handle the disease.
Well, do you want to try it again? I think I have one more spell that could help. Or one more spell in me.
Is the plan to cast them at the same time?
Well, do you have any other options? Other ideas?
He shakes.
Let him die.
Yeah.
Everyone was very nice.
Everyone looks over at Myrkrið. Nirnham like raises an eyebrow.
Maybe it's his time.
Myrkrið, I don't know if you have anyone that you love, but if you do, maybe a mother, brother, sister, father, whatever, would you just let them die if they were dying in front of you?
Yes.
Quartz looks at the rest of the people. Should he be here?
Nirnham
I don't
says, Nirnham says, there's much worse things than death.
Myrkrið nods.
You've not really died. How could you know?
You're asking Nirnham that?
Yes.
He says, I've been around it for 10,000 years. I'll die too.
Yes, but
when
that
my
doesn't
time
actually.
comes.
But that doesn't actually give you first-hand experience.
I mean, I agree there are worse things than death, but we barely know this guy, and he just openly admitted that he would just watch us die if he could. Do we need him here?
He didn't quite say that now. He said that if it was somebody's time, that he would allow them to pass. It's different. Slightly different, but different.
How is that any different?
If he's done well, he deserves a rest.
Yes, well, in this case, nobody gets a rest for a while, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Nirnham kind of nods, and he almost like smiles, but he says, time to rest hasn't come yet, Rifa. You haven't earned it. Worth a shot to save him, I think.
All right. So are you guys doing those spells at the same time, or are we just gonna talk?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, we're gonna bicker a little bit. It's fun.
All right. So you wanna cast remove curse, or what are you casting?
I'm casting Greater Restoration one last time with my last spell slot I can use it with.
All right.
You have more diamond dust?
Yep.
Okay, making sure.
Uberma
Okay.
will cast Lesser Restoration and target the disease.
I'll guide Uberma with guidance.
And I'll play a song.
All right. I'll roll. I'll give Uberma a, should I give him medicine or Arcana?
I will also Bardic Inspiration Uberma to make sure this works. My last Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
I mean, there is just a spell, right?
Yeah, it's just a spell.
Is there a role that's associated with this?
There's not a roll
No,
associated with
there's
those
not.
spells usually.
There's not. But Ferdy wanted to give him a bonus, and Kyo wants to give him a bonus. So I was just like, we'll just let him roll, just for fun.
Yes.
I don't know that that's the best idea, but all right.
I was just to see what happens.
I wasn't necessarily talking to you. I was talking to the others, but still.
Well,
Okay.
He rolls a natural 20. All right. So he casts Lesser Restoration. You're casting Greater Restoration, and at the same time, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You feel the spell go off. You feel again the curse subside. This time, after there's like a few seconds of like tense pause, it does not return. The disease
Did it work?
is cleansed. However, he's still got a stab wound. But the flesh corruption is gone.
Cool. Medicine check. I'd like to help him with that wound.
Okay. Are you inspecting the wound again?
Yes.
All right. Make a medicine check.
Hold on. I
Don't
need to
throw
click
up
the button
this
again
time.
to make sure I have the thing. There we go.
Make a
Made sure I
wisdom.
had proficiency before. God
Oh.
dang it.
Make
Man,
a
I'm
wi-
rolling
go-
another d8.
Okay.
The servants are on standby in case Candor.
17. That's still not great.
Make a wisdom save.
Ah, darn.
All right. Okay. So here's what you see when you look at the wound. The redness of like the infection and the worms. I'll take that back. The redness of the infection is gone. You can see bits of the worms that you'd seen before, but they're all dead. Like they're not moving. The other thing
Well, at
you
least they're not
see,
moving.
the other thing you see, like just underneath some of the skin is these little gold beetles. They're also not moving. They're also completely inert. But there's several of them like buried in the wound, and they're like hiding just under the skin. You couldn't see them before, which is odd, because they actually have like quite a protrusion. Like you can kind of see like little knots where they're under the skin, you know. It seems like it would have been obvious before, so they probably were just moving around and weren't that shallow in the skin. Like they might have been deeper. But they're made out of like solid gold, like a perfectly crafted. They're like there's no seams on them or anything. They look like these little.
Can I move one out of there with like a psychic blade, so I don't have to touch it?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like. Yeah, it's coming out of that wound because I'm taking a look at that.
Yeah. Okay. So like you get it out of the wound. It doesn't move or anything. Like it's completely inert. But yeah, you can do whatever you want with it.
To most everyone else, it basically looks like it's floating in front of my hand because my psychic knives are not that visible.
Do you like puncture it with the knife?
No. I will try and keep it as intact as possible to begin with.
Okay.
Do we all have to do a wisdom save to see if we can see the gold?
Once it's like out of the wound and it's in sight, yeah, you all have to do a wisdom save. Yeah.
Ooh, fun.
Like once you can see this thing.
Six.
I'm the only one that's gonna see it.
Sorry, did you say that everyone who's looking at it has to roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
I
I assume I'd
yeah,
be trying,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you too, Myrkrið. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, I might not be the only one.
We got an 11. Okay. Quartz. Okay. Okay.
Nirnham has a bardic inspiration though, if he wants to use it.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's a D10?
Yeah.
Plus whatever your
Okay,
thing
so
does on a saving throw.
He gets a 21.
He gets 10 hit points, I
HP.
think.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll give him 10.
10 temporary hit points.
Yeah, 10 temporary.
Okay.
Oh no, not
Oh,
10
yeah.
temporary. What's your your charisma modifier?
5.
12.
So
15
12.
temporary hit points.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? He rolled a
It's
10.
7.
No, wait, what? Oh, yeah, we rolled a 7. I'm going crazy. I swear I heard a 10 somewhere in there.
Wait, I accidentally keyed one of my voices.
Oh, goodness.
My bad. It's from punching numbers. I've got them tied to my number thing. Okay. So we get this shot where it's like the screen is split down the center and we see the same image on both sides, right? Like we see the same thing, like him pulling something out of the wound. Okay. So for everyone who failed, that would be Quartz, Abe and Flo, Uberma failed. Yeah, because he got 16. You're fine, Myrkrið. You did not fail.
Did you roll for the dude I'm taking it out of?
No, I didn't actually. Here. He fails. Okay.
Take something invisible out of him. Wonderful.
It's not invisible.
Oh, wait.
So the people who failed, you see just like a flesh worm. Like a dead flesh worm. The people who succeeded, you see a golden beetle. Like a golden little beetle. I don't think any of you have seen these before, probably.
I certainly hope not.
Another party has seen them. Like some of the players have seen them before, but different characters. Yeah, it's just like a little constructed out of gold beetle. Like it seems like its legs and stuff would move, its wings would open up. Like it's very well crafted, but you can't see like tool marks on it or anything. It's like perfectly crafted. And it's inert, like dead.
As
That
it's
is
exposed
terribly
to the air, is there
strange.
any sort of scent to it?
What was the question, Wolfrin?
Is there any scent to the little thing as it's kind of exposed?
Yeah, make a scent roll.
Make a sniff roll.
Okay.
20.
Let me take a look at something. So like the first things you would definitely smell is like the smell of like metal, I guess, like the gold smell. I would imagine gold has a scent just like copper does, or iron.
I think it's one of the least ones because it's very unreactive.
The other thing it might smell like, let me take a look here. Shit. Where is it? Here it was. I was looking at the wrong way. This. Okay. Okay. Right. You also get the scent of decay on it, like the sort of decayed body that you had smelled on himself, like when it was rotting away at him. There's a little bit of that there too, as well as the scent of stone specifically, as opposed to like tilled earth, and a cloth, like cotton,
Like wool or cotton?
cotton, yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird combo.
And the decaying smell is, it's probably bone specifically.
Ew.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see if there might be anything else.
Well, I'm glad I vomited and I can't smell anything.
No, I don't think there would be anything else. Okay. So you got the beetle out of him. What are you doing with it?
Looking at it to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, you can make a perception check on it. What are you trying to figure out about it?
Does it appear to be like just previously alive sort of thing? Is it like legitimately a metal living construct?
Is it a construct?
A natural 20?
That's a natural 20? Not natural 20.
Unnatural 20.
It is a construct, yeah. Like it has little gems for eyes. Probably amber.
I have a really bad idea.
But yeah, like it seems like it's dead, but if you were to like put any kind of force on like the legs, they would move and extend like an insect's legs would. The wings would open up. Like when the shell part on its back opens up and the wings come out, the wings are made of like almost like glass or quartz, maybe. Something light in color. But very thin.
Interesting.
And there's no engravings on it. Again, like I said, no tool marks, nothing like that. But it's definitely like made of construct material. Yeah.
Interesting. I would like to place it on the table.
Okay.
Could I have everyone's attention? Could you all, if that thing in front of me starts to move, could you destroy it with your worst spell possible?
What?
And I'd like to cast Mending on it, just to see what happens.
All right, can you link the mending spell?
Yes, I don't think anything will happen, but
You're mending a worm?
yeah. Again, so it still looks like a worm to some of you guys. Spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch. It's a broken chain link. 2 hands broken cloak. Leaking wine skin. Long as the break. Okay. Yeah, you cast a spell. Nothing happens. It doesn't appear to like repair anything. And when you were looking at it, like you didn't see any spot that was like physically damaged on it.
right, but it works on the inside too.
Well, I think the reason it is not working is because there was some kind of a spell effect that was
Okay.
allowing this
I
thing.
figured that was the
That
case,
mending
but I
doesn't-
wanted to try.
Yeah, mending doesn't like reinstate that spell effect.
Oh, wonderful. I'd like to slice into it with my dagger.
Okay, all right. Make an attack roll.
Pull it apart or cut it.
Yeah, are you being delicate, or are you just like it's sitting on the table and you just bring your dagger down on top of it?
That's actually a better question. What kind of kit would you require me to have to try and take it apart delicately?
Oh, a jeweler's kit, definitely.
Nope, I don't have that.
I've described this before when other players have seen it as a watchmaker's prize. So I think a jeweler's kit would.
Abe, would you have anything to take apart some sort of jeweled bug?
Who are you asking?
Abe. Abe, why are you over there?
It's Flo. I think that you're talking. I think that's the reason you're not getting an answer.
I don't know who. I need you all to tell me these things. I don't know people. Flo, then.
What do you need help with?
A bug. Not well. Do you have
I
anything to
can-
take apart like a jeweled bug?
My body's like frozen for just seeing the worm on the table.
Worm?
I can't get close to it.
What worm?
That thing on the table.
The thing I just put there?
Yeah.
That's not a worm.
Yeah, he's still bleeding from the wound though. Like it's just like a wound. Like if you're helping him up, he'll try to get up. He's still pretty weak.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I could have you try and take it apart, but you think it's a worm, so that makes me think you don't see what it really is. So that's probably not a good idea. I'm not bad with tools. Do you want to let me borrow them?
Yeah. Here.
Wonderful. I promise I'll return them to you in the best condition possible.
I hand him my jeweler's tool.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I will attempt to take apart this little beetle.
All right. What would be a good roll for this? Probably a sleight of hand, maybe.
I would love that. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought you might like that.
Plus 17.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, not all the time, but plus 12 most of the time. I don't suppose I could do... No, that's for picking locks. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, never mind. Plus 12 is just fine. Plus 12 is not great.
Wow.
Hold on. 21?
21. Okay. All right. You very carefully start to like try to take this thing apart. It's difficult because like you can't find
like seams on it or anything. It's hard to find like places to wedge the tools into. So you kind of have to like crack the shell in a way where you're not like damaging anything inside. So probably have to wedge it like where one of the legs meets one of the body. There's like the teeniest little bit of crack, maybe. I don't even want to call it like a seam. It's just like the way the insect's leg would fit in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you break it apart. You once you get inside the thing, you can start taking apart pieces. It becomes a bit easier, like it was meant to be taken apart from the inside, if that makes sense. You get like the legs all off. You get the eyes out. The eyes are like these two small little amber gems that you can kind of set to one side. The shell comes off. The wings, you do like crack one of the like quartz or what was the other thing I said they might be? Crystal wings, but it doesn't like break off. It just cracks slightly, but you set it to the side.
Mending.
Okay, yeah, you fix it with mending. Cool.
Actually, no, I don't even have to fix it. I would like to use Lyre of Building and cause it to not be damaged in the first place.
Okay, all right, fair enough. You do find like a bunch of little like gears in its body. So like there's a lot of really small ones, like small enough that you could probably fit like 10 of them on the tip of your finger. But there's like hundreds of them. The other thing you like find is that it has like sharp teeth. It doesn't really like have a digestive tract per se, but it does have.
I removed those teeth.
Yeah. Okay, you take the teeth out, and you get all these like gears, and there's some that are slightly bigger, but there's like hundreds of gears and stuff inside this thing. And once you get down to the center of it, at the center of this thing, you find a diamond.
Ooh. How big?
Not super big. Maybe like, maybe like the size of your pinky nail at most. But
Diamond's a diamond.
It's a high quality diamond, yeah. It's neatly cut.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, I'll take that out. I'll just take it up all apart and spread it across the table. And what does that look like to everyone?
Well, the people that failed, it looks like a bunch of dissected worm and blood and stuff.
You better clean up my jeweler's tool.
I promise it doesn't need it, but I will anyways. I can't somehow like persuade them of the truth, can I?
I mean, you can persuade them with your words, and it's not going to change what they see.
Okay, making sure.
Like, you can convince them of what you see, but it's not going to change what they see.
I mean, sometimes perception is the truth, so.
It's fair. I mean, I might allow it to prompt another roll for them.
Oh, cool. I'll do that as I'm working.
All right, so what are you saying?
I'm just walking through like exactly what I'm doing and like telling them, and this is a very small gear wheel that I'm putting here.
Yeah, Flo is
and just trying to like persuade them to think about it.
Why'd you roll? What's the insight? Oh, okay, you're checking Candor. I see.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, what did I get for that? I got an 11. Did I get an 11? Yes, that's an 11. Okay, cool.
All right. So, Candor's pretty convincing. But Flo, yeah, you just see this worm thing. Who else failed? It was Uberma and somebody else, right?
Quartz
I
did,
think.
but she's not paying attention to.
Yeah,
whatever's
she's doing her
happening
own thing,
with
which is perfectly fine.
her.
Yeah, you do that while we are doing this.
Yeah, Uberma's like, wait, no, you're right. It looked strange. It looked like a
See?
It looked like a worm a second ago. Now I see what you're talking about. Golden beetle.
Perfect. Now, either I can do magic with my words, which is not a bad idea, or it was this all together, or was this all along?
Okay.
So yeah, I just
Nirnham
lay it out.
Nirnham says it was that all along. It's Aurelius. Must be.
Who now?
He says an insane person. He's after the garden, tacked 5 rings a while back.
I feel like there are a lot of people that meet that description. Could you be more precise?
Yeah, he says he often appears as a he snaps his fingers and he says the ooze showed his face with the spear.
Oh, the thing I wasn't looking at. Yeah.
You weren't looking at it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he says
The thing I couldn't see.
he says often appears as a man, long, light hair, amber eyes, pale skin, golden armor.
Interesting.
And he's been
Well,
after
I'll look out for him.
He's been after the garden for some time. Heaven.
Right. Strange. What does this have to do with his disease?
He says disease must have made a deal.
I mean, this was inside him.
Yeah. He says, well, my guess is that Aurelius made a deal with the flesh some time ago. He was working with him when he attacked 5 rings. He had liars with him.
So are these meant to spread whatever the disease is?
Perhaps. Maybe that's what they're intended for. Although I suppose it's possible they have other uses.
Yeah, likely.
He's powerful. I've tried to destroy him in the past, but he's too strong.
I know there's a lot of stuff in this thing, but can I roll anything to, like, figure out what this thing does?
The beetle?
Yeah.
I'll allow Arcana. Maybe.
Rats. Not going to change it much, but I will go ahead and cast Borrowed Knowledge again, Arcana.
Okay.
Of course it didn't. I'll just go ahead and roll another dice. It's probably not going to get me what I want, but 17.
17. Okay. So, clearly the diamond at the center of this thing's body is made to channel some kind of powerful magic. Like, that's typically what diamonds are for, right? The better the gem, the better the magic kind of thing. The teeth on it would imply that it's meant to, like,
devour stuff, perhaps. Or
What are the teeth made of? Gold as well?
yeah, probably really sharp.
Okay, just
gold.
making sure.
Um,
It's a really weird thing to make things out of. It's
But
so
it-
brittle, or not brittle,
but
malleable.
yeah, but it doesn't have like a digestive tract. Like the teeth bite down on something. If they tear a chunk off, it doesn't like go anywhere. Like there's no cavity for it to go into. It's almost, and then like it's almost like maybe it's meant to do something else, like not eat things, but like maybe it's like
right. So more
maybe it's like a
more
tool.
of biting something and being a vector.
Perhaps or it's like a tool of some kind, like it bites something and it does something to it, like changes it somehow.
Right, a magical spell vector.
Perhaps, yeah.
Oh wait, no, never mind. Oh no, what? They're still. Can I take another one out of him?
Sure.
Honestly, we need to clean the wound anyway. I think at that point, probably we can go back to the wound and try and fix that.
Or
Or
okay.
help him fix that.
So are you trying to pick beetles out of the wound? Is that what you're trying to do?
It depends on exactly what we want to do with it.
Because
I think obviously we need to clean it because there's gross stuff in there, and that does not need to be there while he's healing.
so Quartz did stand him up, right? It's like, and then you were okay. Then you said, actually, let me go find some bandages.
Do her servants come back with bandages?
Yeah, certainly, yeah.
All right, ramblers, let's get rambling.
Sorry, I didn't hear that, Keo. We got a new follower. Thanks, Zubair, for the follow. What'd you say, Keo?
She's gonna grab the bandages from her servants, and then she's going to hand it to Uberma and say, are you particularly skilled at this? You think you can help him out?
Yeah, you're asking Uberma to bandage him up?
Yep.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
We should clean that out first. I have plenty of water.
Sure.
All right.
I think Quartz is gonna cast prestidigitation on it.
yeah. So you cast prestidigitation and clean the wound instantly.
Well, clean the bandages at least.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if I can clean the wound instantly.
Instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
Object does not include creature.
That's true, yeah. All right, so you can clean the bandages. Fair enough. You can also like sterilize any like piece of equipment you're gonna work on them with or whatever.
Oh yeah, I plan on liberally using that.
Okay. All right. Are you wanting to wash the wound out with water? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yes, I'm going to take my decanter of endless water.
Okay. Wash.
And I'll speak the command word fountain.
Okay.
Oh god.
Start spraying.
It's
everywhere.
okay. It's not that violent. It's not that
Okay,
violent.
okay.
It pours out 5 gallons of water instead of the usual 1 gallon.
All right.
Well,
I feel like I'm going to need a lot of water.
Onto the floor, or where are you
Hold the
pouring it
dripping
onto?
decanter. Yes, actually, I forgot we needed a thing. Can one of your servants grab a
Yeah, I think
Buckets.
on the back, on like the corner, you see like frantic servants going back and forth, like looking for something to hold the water in.
Yeah. Hey, Maury's joined us. Hey, Maury, how's it going?
Hi, Maury.
Hey.
Hey. You with us, Maury?
Yeah.
Right on.
We're
So-
performing surgery, Maury.
You haven't missed a whole lot.
Flesh surgery.
Basically, they caught up with the Bodhisattva at Quartz's mansion. Rifa was wounded. And infected with something. They cured that, and now they're cleaning out the wound. He was stabbed with a scythe or something. You stepped away. Lucero stepped away because you're like very wounded. You went upstairs to like try to lay down and recover. There's plenty of bedrooms and like stuff like that upstairs. So you can come back down now if you want.
Okay.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
You seem like a little quiet.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
I'll turn you up. All right, so Lucero, you come to the top of the stairs, and down at the bottom of the stairs is a very wounded Rifa with Candor with his font of water about to pour it on him, and there's servants trying to help. They were going to get something to help with the pouring of the water on the wound to clean it. You walk in on this chaos happening.
Oh, perfect. Could you help me? You have the shape water thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we shouldn't probably use it for just a spill. Anyway.
Wait, okay. So you just like spray him down with water? Is that what you're doing?
No. So I didn't have anything to catch the water, so I'm currently holding a dripping decanter of endless water, and the floor is a little wet.
Yeah, I mean, some of the servants are like mopping up the floor, like as soon as it gets wet.
I'm sure eventually one of the servants will grab like a container and give it to you.
Yeah. Like whatever kind of container you're asking for, they can bring you. Like if you're wanting a bucket or
Oh, just a bucket to put under him, yeah.
Maury, your mic is glitching out or something. Yeah, a bucket. They bring you a bucket, sure.
Perfect. So yeah, I'll put it under him, and instead of, getting filthy water all over the floor, I'll get it all in the bucket. I'm just basically like pouring water over the wound at the moment to kind of get the worst of the gunk out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, you do. You get most of the gunk out. Are you trying to collect beetles? Like you said something about like pulling more.
Yes, I'm collecting beetles.
Roll me a d6.
Okay. D6. 2.
All right, so you
I
get
get 2 beetles.
2 more, yeah, of these little like golden beetles that were in the wound. You all right, Maury?
Maury dying.
Yeah.
So Rife has got this like stab wound on his chest, and Candor is like washing it out with water and pulling these little beetles out of it that are like.
Yeah, am I pulling beetles out though for her?
That's right. Make a wisdom save, Lucero.
Yay.
Okay. So what you see is Candor pulling out these tiny little like parasitic worm kind of things that are dead. And I suppose that's what
setting. I'm picking out a lot of those. I'm just setting a couple aside very specifically.
Yeah, there's also like one. They're tiny, right? Like they crawl through skin and stuff. But there's like one on the table nearby, dissected, like pulled apart. There's blood specked all over the table. And yeah, so that's pretty gross. Quartz, you still see the worms too, I guess, if you pay attention. Yeah. Hey,
Lucero just has this look on their face like, do I want to ask? Do I want to ask? No, I'm just going to come over and help.
okay. All right.
They're like, I'll ask later. Just tell me what to do.
Well, right now I probably should be okay. How's your do you know anything about medicine?
No.
Probably best if you sit this one out then.
Is Ubama helping with the bandaging?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think he was waiting for all the stuff to get done with the wound, but
Wonderful. I have debrided the wound. That means bandage.
yeah, okay. Yeah. He bandages him up pretty good. I mean, he he bandages him. He puts the bandages on. The wound does seem to be like starting to clot some, but
It puts the bandage on, or it gets the hose again.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Rifa is still like kind of weak, you know.
Yeah.
Ubermaz says, "Does anyone have healing magic?"
Don't
I
fresh
do.
out.
Hold my hand, Rifa.
Yeah, he can't really like. He's like, he like reaches towards you, but you're like way across the room. You know, he's like,
Get those pesky
Dear, I think you'll have to
worms.
get closer.
You know what? My pendulum can get close. And then with that,
is
I
he
will cast a
still
spell.
floating?
So technically, I should have levitated him onto a table, is what I said.
Well, I thought, okay, so Quartz stood him up only for you to like levitate him back onto a table.
No. He was already levitated on a table.
Yeah, but Quartz stood him up a minute ago. Right?
Then I have no idea.
That's one of the things you did, Quartz, right?
Yeah, I was on the floor. But if he's on the table, then I would have helped him onto like a chair.
Well, you did specifically say like put him here where like this big open spot on the floor was. That's earlier. Like
No, I
yes.
didn't. I said
Right.
table. You put
No.
him there.
Quartz said that. And your
So
levitate.
I said put him on the floor, and then I guess he put him on a table.
Well, wait, the levitate doesn't let you move him around, does it? It just lets him
Yep,
levitate.
it does.
It does?
Nope, I can move him around. Yep.
All right, I'm thinking about the
Well,
Genasi
you-
levitate.
Well, you can push them. So weren't they helping him?
Yeah,
anyways?
they were pulling on his arms and legs, right?
Yeah, like they can't move themselves, but other people can move them.
No, see, otherwise you can use your action to move the target, which must remain within the spell's range.
Oh yeah, he can.
Yeah, okay, so all right. So they were putting him where they were
If somebody
told to
said
put him.
something else, I would have put it somewhere else, but I just said on a table.
All right. I mean, you can put him on a table now if you want to. I really don't care. But like when they walked him in, Quartz was like put him on the floor, and they carried him over to the floor and they put him on the floor. But you can like and then Quartz got him up to his feet a minute ago, and you can put him back on a table now if you want. Like,
Well, I just think that would be easier to rinse him off.
yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, just so we're clear, he's on a table. All right.
The same table where the worms are, or a different table?
Different table.
Okay. Well,
No, I need my workspace.
Oh, Flo's gonna instruct his homunculus servant, which is the pendulum, to get close to Rifa and then tells him to touch that thing.
Yeah, he reaches out,
Can help you.
grabs it.
Clear.
Clear. Shocking grasp. What?
That's not a good idea.
So you're gonna electrocute him? Okay. That's 23 to hit. You hit. You deal 8 lightning damage. As his body like tenses up, and he drops. He like lets go of the pendulum in his hand, and there's like this surge of energy goes through his body, and then his eyes roll back in his head. He stops breathing.
Flo, what exactly was that?
Ah!
Oh, I thought you guys needed help. Isn't it what?
Healing.
It's like
Yes.
laying there limp on the table.
What spell did you just use?
He succeeds on his death save. Quartz casts healing word. Is that what's going on now?
Yep.
All right, roll it, and then roll roll so I can see how much healing you do. Uh, 8. All right.
Right back where we started.
His eyes open back up. You see his chest start to rise and fall again, and he like blinks a few times. As he starts to breathe again, the color like returns to his face a bit. And he says, "Wait, what happened?"
Good.
That
He's
is
awake.
my question. Flo, what spell did you use?
It was shocking grasp. So
That is not a
Instantly
healing
wake him up.
spell.
Oh, let's do a different one then.
No. I think it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, everyone's like, "No."
Look, he's okay now, so we can just not cast spells on him.
You can
he's
hold
st-
on to my homunculus and cast cure wounds on yourself.
Is that the actual spell that will happen?
Yeah. Wait, let me see. Let me check.
You should be worried.
One person is killing teammates, and the other person is like, "It's their time."
I'm being helpful over here.
Okay.
It has
I don't know if he's gonna like trust you. Like you just killed him with this thing. I don't know if he's gonna be like, yeah, sure, I'll touch it again. Surely this time it'll work. Let me just roll.
it will work.
All right. He grabs the he grabs the homunculus. Does it cast cure wounds on him this time?
Yeah, it will use a second level cure wounds on him.
All right. Roll it.
Cure wounds level 2. Why is it always rolling 8s?
Another 16.
16.
Well, roll a 3 on the other one.
Oh, yeah.
You just managed to get an 8 on the additional healing.
Nirnham
Wonderful.
and Uberma
Now,
are just over their face
Flo.
blowing.
We will talk about your previous cast later.
And then the homunculus moves toward. Right, I think he's better now.
Yeah, I mean it stitched up some of the wound. He's definitely not like full HP or anything, but he's better than 8 HP. For sure.
Yeah, should be, exactly 24.
Yeah, he kind of like moves, like sits up, and he says, "Okay, that does."
I love how he has more HP than me now.
It does feel, yeah, and Lucero too. He says, "Okay, it does feel a bit better." Now, I suppose this puts me on your side, Nirnham. And Nirnham like looks at Uberma and he says, well, I'm sure you'll make an excellent addition to the team. We just need to figure out
Once
who
again
else.
was feeling.
Yeah. He says, we just need to figure out who else they're working with. Who else has Aurelius bent to his will? If he has the old followers of death, perhaps they're trying to resurrect their dead god. And we should put a stop to that. We should also stop anyone else who's helping them.
That does sound like a plan.
And do you know where to start?
Did I tell you did I type what Rifa told you when you were getting him up? Did I tell you that, Keo? I don't remember if I typed it or not. I was about to. I think I had to do something else.
I don't think you did.
Okay, so he says it
No,
now.
I think I distracted you.
Rifa says to you, he says, I had you picked out as my replacement. But, well, you saved my life, so thanks, sis.
Well, don't go dying on me quite yet. There's still plenty that you can do.
Yeah, he nods.
But I think for now, we should all rest. Maybe we can develop some sort of battle plan when we wake up.
My next battle plan is to not die.
Well, Candor, that's a good plan. I think we should all have that plan, but maybe something more concrete as like what we're gonna do and where we're gonna go.
Well, I very concretely don't want to die.
Good to know.
You're going to rest?
Well, there's multiple of us that are about to keel over dead, so yes, probably.
Do you not rest, Myrkrið?
How long have we been in here? It's only been like 10 minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit longer than that, but not by much. Like you haven't been here for an hour yet, I don't think.
All right.
I did take apart an entire crystal beetle. I don't know how long that takes.
That's
but
true.
Not that long, but
Yeah. Probably would have taken a couple minutes at least, like 10, 15, 20 minutes.
So maybe a half hour kind of in that area.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to turn towards Nirnham and Uberma. Why were we attacked?
Nirnham
I'm paying
says,
attention to this answer.
Nirnham says, heaven is ruled by Arcana. You've caught on to that so far. Yes?
Myrkrið nods.
Not too long ago, the one known as that rules death betrayed the rest. Stepped out of heaven to make a move at some people that were helping us. They managed to kill it. It was replaced with a new death. One who is a bit more trustworthy. Brings a good change to the role. Not all of its followers stepped in line, though. Some of them have stayed with the old ways, and when they were betraying us, Death was working with the flesh. He kind of like holds a hand out to you, like you, but he says, "Not this new one in charge, the old one, the Gloon, the evil flesh that wants to consume everything." I think Aurelius was doing that too. This golden one. And they're working to turn heaven against each other. To provoke civil war. Make us weak. So that they can move in and take over. They've been trying to get the fountain for as long as I've been here. About 10,000 years.
Myrkrið seems pretty confused by most of what's been said so far, but he says, "So these traitors have been attacking?"
This is the first open attack in heaven, although I'd hardly call it open. They tried to frame you for it. They don't want us working with you for some reason. Perhaps this tulpa really does have them on the ropes, so to speak. And I know what I said before during the votes. I said we should kill you. But I'm starting to change my mind. Maybe you would make a better ally.
Oh, look at you two starting to get along.
Well, they both want to die, right? So,
yeah. How long has Myrkrið been in the heavens? In heaven?
At most, like, couple days. I would say at absolute most.
Okay. Myrkrið goes quiet for a bit.
Yeah, there's just like a long pause as the camera like pans across the room. We can kind of see like how beat up most of you are. Not you, Quartz. You're fine. How just like worn down everyone kind of is after the last encounter. Like Nirnham's covered in blood still. So is Rifa, but it's mostly his own. Everyone's a little bit battle worn.
Yeah, just like this silence washes over the room for a second. Nirnham says, well, it seems like you can take care of yourself at least. We could use another champion, set of hands, fight back if you're willing. Maybe put this old flesh out of its misery once and for all.
I assume he's talking to Myrkrið.
Yeah.
Myrkrið seemed like he was thinking, and when it's interrupted, he says, or you could agree to the terms Tulpa put. I could leave and the attacks would stop. If I'm the cause and I'm gone, no need.
He kind of looks like he considers this for a moment. Like he weighs it back and forth in his head. And he
But
says,
how do we know you're a cause and not merely a symptom?
yeah,
They
like
didn't attack
cattle.
before I got here.
Nirnham, like
They didn't have anybody to train before you got here.
Nirnham holds up,
And they won't have anyone when I leave.
There's like a clap of thunder in the room, like, and
I didn't shock him.
yeah. And Nirnham says, he says, even if the attacks stop, they'll just be working in the shadows again. Personally, I prefer it this way. It's easier when you know who you're supposed to kill. And I'd rather be fighting them in the streets than in debates behind closed doors where they can hide behind their servants. Perhaps it's the best that it worked out this way.
I mean, I'd rather not fight at all, but if this is how it has to be,
He doesn't point to the door, but he like holds an open hand out to it. And he says, you're welcome to leave anytime, but I have a feeling they won't let you walk away now. Not now that you know what's happening. You've seen them.
oh no, I know how this goes. I'm in for the long haul. I just would rather not be.
Yeah, he kind of makes a face. And he says,
Not everyone can be into combat like you people are.
no, make an insight check. Make an insight check.
I shall.
Lucy's just watching all of this slightly
26.
amused.
So the face was more like, no, I understand that. Like the face is kind of like he was like frowning, kind of nodding. But it was kind of like, it was what you said when you said, I'm in it for the long haul, but I'd rather not be. That's when he kind of nodded like, yeah, I totally understand that.
Got it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Besides Nirnham, who were the other major naysayers to the allying with Tulpa in the meeting that Myrkrið, was aware of?
It's a good place to start. Let's see.
Win them over. Farts and minds.
Farts and minds. Let's see here. Okay. Hmm. I think the Hierophant was against you. The Emperor was against working with you. I think I said it back then. I just can't remember exactly who I said, so I'm looking at the list now. I think the Devil was also against working with you, if I recall. I can't remember, but I got a feeling he's come around now.
You know what they say, better the devil you know.
Judgment, maybe.
I think
Do you remember, Maury? You might have taken notes.
I think Moon was one of them. Wasn't it like a gnome kind of person?
But the moon was on the side of doing it.
I cannot remember. Let me take a look.
I don't have notes for that episode.
It's been a long time.
Okay. Yeah, it has. It's been literally like months. Or a month or two.
Oops.
I've been trying to crank out Broken since I'm 30 episodes behind on that one.
Jesus. God. Golly. Okay. Yeah, I think the moon might have been for the deal.
We don't know. It's a secret.
The moon. Yeah, it's funny. So far I got the Devil, the Tower. Was against it. Judgment.
Hierophant,
The
Emperor.
Hierophant, the Emperor.
Fool and Death weren't even there.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind
Well,
of, but not really,
Uberma
since
was there
Death is
for
right
Death.
here.
Yeah. Uberma was there for Death, and he was with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just the fools.
Yeah. The Chariot.
But when did the fools ever show up to meetings?
I don't think the Chariot. Some of them probably kind of abstained too. I don't remember exactly how it went down.
So
Just
the tower
Maybe that's
was
what that
far
was.
from the only one against this.
yeah. Justice was probably
yeah.
against you because they stay with Judgment. They go hand in hand. So on a lot of things. Yeah, the Tower wasn't the only one. There was a few.
Myrkrið says, "You want me to fight your enemies? Why? What's in it for Tulpa?"
No, silly.
Not
We want you to
allies
fight
yet, right?
our enemies.
Yeah.
I think that's the point of allying. Right now, they're bugging you.
Well, they're quite a bit bugging you by, framing you.
Nirnham says they take the fountain, they'll have more than enough to go after Tulpa. Doesn't matter how strong he is. But if you help us, I see no reason not to at least provide him with a seat at our table. Hear him out.
Yes,
You
you
can
see, it
make
could be
that
a
call.
diplomatic mission.
You say, can you make that call?
Yeah.
Nirnham seems to consider this for a moment. He kind of looks at Uberma and he says, I'm just one vote at the table, but I have favors I can call in, strings I can pull.
And do you really think they'd say no to the person that helped them, avoid the whole Civil War thing?
Maybe.
The
I
tower.
mean, maybe, but you're not supposed to think about that part.
The tower is Heaven's siege engine. Our opinion seems to go a long way. You probably would hear after when Nirnham says that, you probably hear Rifa be like, yeah, well, they are afraid of the tower tearing them all down. Something like that. And then like Nirnham might like shake his head slightly and just be like, not tearing down, reckoning.
No offense, sir, but sometimes with how the tower acts, is there a difference?
Not much of one. I feel reckoning comes to those who deserve it.
All right. You're not the bard. You're not supposed to be quibbling over words.
Is that my mic
No.
making that noise? Anybody else hear that? Is it?
Not
I-
particularly.
I think maybe it's. Let me check my cable. I think it's fine now. It stopped. Whatever the noise was. Anyways,
Do we have a team?
Are you asking Myrkrið?
I'm asking everyone, dear.
Lucero looks at Candor. Where you go, I go. Unless it's the office.
Yes, always.
Well, always willing to help.
We can help.
We'll try and keep you away from bugs, dear.
Thank you.
So it's us four then.
the
But
buddies,
we could be a quintet.
Nirnham and Ubermond and Rifa all chime in. Like they're gonna be helping too, obviously. Nirnham says to Uberma, maybe we should reach out to some of the other Bodhisattvas, see what they know. Might help us figure out who's not trustworthy. They don't listen or show up. Uberma nods. Rifa seems to agree too.
Well, while you do that, what should we be doing?
Nirnham says this one, it points to Rifa and he says this one's gonna need some time to recover, I think. How long do you need? And Rifa says maybe a couple hours. And Nirnham nods. And he says we'll need to keep him safe for the time being, just in case we all are a target. I suppose it's possible they could be making a play for the Saints. Weaken the Arcana. Make them easier to root out. Maybe
Well,
just
everyone can rest here.
yeah.
Well, everyone can rest here for a bit.
Yeah, Nirnham and Uberma nod, and Uberma says, focus on gathering your strength for now. I'll try to figure out a plan going forward. Perhaps if we can get our bearings on what's happening in the other parts of heaven, or if anyone knows anything yet, maybe we can figure out a way to get out in front of this. Find a place to strike back at them. We can figure out where they are holding up. I don't know.
The information game. I do love that part.
Quartz, I don't know if you and the others here know who Tulpa is. I don't know if you do. I don't think so.
I don't think we do. Only the Bodhisattva, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could ask them.
Probably ask. Probably would ask later.
Makes sense. Yeah, so Nirnham and Uberma think they're gonna go try to reach out to other Bodhisattvas while you guys and Rifa recover, I think is what they're saying.
Okay.
Nirnham's wounded, but he fights better when he's wounded, so he's not that wounded. Like it's gonna take more than a couple knife wounds. He only got stabbed by the small guys. He didn't get stabbed by the scythe like Rifa did.
Well, that's good at least. Should still rest.
Nah, he'd be alright.
Well, for everyone who does want to rest, I'm sure my servants can show you to your rooms.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the servants can lead you guys upstairs. If you guys want, I can bring you over to the map with all the bedrooms. You can pick one out if you want.
Sure.
Who all's going upstairs to rest?
Lucero would, but as they're going by Myrkrið, they would stop to say, just remember, if heaven falls, who's going to take care of the fountain before going upstairs?
Oh, I don't know if Myrkrið knows anything about the fountain. Do you, Myrkrið?
No.
It's like the what? The fountain.
Myrkrið just says, I was sent here to do something. Not going to give away
Yes,
my
what's that?
leverage.
What leverage?
Tulpa's aid.
Who's Tulpa?
How to answer that?
Yeah.
Did we ever decide on a title for him?
Title for Tulpa? Ooh.
Yeah, remember when I asked about that?
Yeah. The Kalishtar.
Well, the Kalishtar was a race.
That's different, yeah.
Tulpa was made by the Kalishtar, but we could. Yeah, I think I did mention that we could.
It's still something that you were having him still go by in the first episode. Well, first episode for this arc.
Mm-hmm.
I think Myrkrið just says, Tulpa's the one that sent me here. He's in charge of the flesh.
Quartz is gonna whisper to Rifa. And you're sure we can trust this guy?
To Rifa?
Yeah.
About Myrkrið or Tulpa?
Pretty sure he's talking about
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. Rifa says, Well, I'm not entirely sure if we can trust them, but if the people that want to kill us are after them, then I'd rather have them on our side.
I don't think it's a good idea to leave him unattended while we rest. He did almost just let you die.
Is this quiet or?
I'm whispering it to him.
Okay, making sure.
Make a stealth check. And then I guess anyone who wants to try to overhear can make a, wow, that's a critical.
No. I was going to say, if my passive was higher, maybe I hear it, but no.
Yeah, that's, you make a very good point too. You have advantage. I mean, it's still a natural 20, but I think you might get part of it, but not the whole thing. Like maybe you just hear he did something. But I feel like a natural 20 trumps pretty much anything except for a natural 20 or like a 20. Yeah, like a 26. It might even trump that, to be honest. I don't know. I feel like a natural 20 is always success. I kind of feel like that's the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, the max that I could make on like a perception is like 31, so maybe up there, but
I think Rifa might say to you, can we lock our doors?
We could, but we could also have one of you or one of the Bodhisattva stay with him, look over him.
Yeah, he shoots a look.
Couldn't you have your servants keep an eye on him?
They couldn't do anything.
Yeah, they can't do anything at all.
Well, they could tell you, though.
It's true.
I don't think they can speak.
It says they can perform any task a normal human servant could perform. A normal human servant could speak.
Oh. Yeah.
It cannot communicate. It has no mind. It's an unseen servant, right?
No, they're specific to this.
It's not an unseen servant?
It does not specifically state that.
Are they unseen servants is what I'm asking.
No, they are visible.
It's like near transparent servants.
Okay, I was looking up an unseen servants thing. So that's why I got a different thing.
Well, it was only just a suggestion. If you think he'll be fine, then I'll trust you.
Yeah, I mean, Rifa doesn't seem convinced that he'll be fine. But he says if we can lock our doors, that should keep us safe. Is there anything here that you worry he might destroy? He would be free to leave on his own. If he wants to leave, he can leave.
Well, not worried about him destroying anything. I'm worried about him just attacking one of us or leaving and then telling other people where we are.
You're the only one that can open or close the portal.
Oh, am I really?
Yeah.
Oh. So he can't even leave if he wanted to.
Nope.
Oh, well, they'll probably say, oh, don't worry, he can't leave. But we'll be stuck in here with him. I mean, he doesn't seem like he'll attack us, but you never know, because we barely know the person. Speaking of which, we barely know Abe either. I'm pretty sure he tried to attack you. We may need to keep an eye out for him, them, her, also.
I doubt the young one or Myrkrið are going to cause any trouble.
Wait, are you in on this conversation?
Yeah, they're talking in secret, like whispering to each other.
Oh,
I didn't know. Was checking.
because I'm the only one that they've tried to feed to his slime, so.
Oh, were you here? Were you here, Mori, when Ferdy used?
No.
Okay, she wasn't.
Nope.
I think Rifa kind of like steadies himself, like straightens his posture. He takes a couple steps towards Myrkrið, and he sticks out a hand, like to shake your hand. And he says, "Why not just ask him what he thinks? Can we trust you here?"
He wants to shake hands.
Yeah.
Thinks that's a good idea.
He's doing a trust exercise. This is like, he's not going to hurt me. I'll shake his hand and he won't hurt me.
Bite the hand off. No. I was kind of under the impression that that could possibly do flesh things.
It could possibly do flesh things. Are you going to try to do flesh things?
Do I have to try, or is it just a thing that happens?
Well, it depends.
Won't you shake
It's
a
not an
poor
answer.
sinner's hand?
I do not shake his hand.
Yeah, okay. You don't shake his hand. He tilts his head to the side.
He looks at it. Yeah, Myrkrið looks at the hand and then looks up. And he said, "Why don't we ask him what he wants to do?" Something like that.
Yeah. Why don't we ask him what he thinks? Can we trust you here, unsupervised?
Myrkrið looks around for a second. I'll leave.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
They wanted me as an excuse to attack. If they kill me, they have no excuse.
If they catch you, they can find out where we are, what we're planning.
And if they don't, it looks like you ran and you're the excuse anyways.
Myrkrið will bare his teeth and say, "They can try."
Look, if you stay here, we can try and clear your name and get whatever you're trying to do done.
Myrkrið nods at Uberma and the other Bodhisattvas. They're the only ones that can help with that.
You sure about that?
He kind of tilts his head at you. Not really.
Nirnham says, you think they'd have to torture you to get information from you. What do you know about the flesh, Myrkrið?
That's a question I don't know. Is Tulpa did it, Tulpa revived him. Is it like an innate knowledge, or does he not know that much? Because it's very fresh for him.
I'd allow you to make a roll.
Sure.
What
would it
maybe
be?
history, arcana, religion? If you think something else might apply, you can lawyer it.
History, arcana, religion. Guess I'll go for arcana. The other two don't make sense to me. Because he didn't know about the flesh really too much before.
Mm-hmm.
He knew it as an enemy. Yeah.
Not much.
That's what he says.
Nirnham says, he like shakes his head. And he says, the flesh gets you if its old followers do. Those separated from this tulpa. They sway you to their influence. They don't have to force you to give them anything. You would do so with a smile on your face. They could make you believe you're telling old friends or yourself.
That'll work on me.
It could.
That or mind-altering magic.
Can I insight that answer?
Sure. He seems to be telling the truth. And he follows it up with mind-altering magic. Right. That too, I suppose. This tulpa, if he's in control of it for now, could do the same. From what I can tell, he holds back. Perhaps he doesn't wish to deceive you.
Myrkrið begins to like move slightly, and for a second he seems to be somewhat doubling over, and then something kind of pokes out of the back and the skin begins to split, and the old Myrkrið seems to kind of step out of this large suit of flesh that was the wolf as it falls to the ground and begins to dissolve.
That's an interesting way to do that.
Imagining that that scene from Hemlock Grove I've talked about before, where the werewolf guy is like tricking the people into thinking they have LSD, but he's like shifting and he's into the wolf and his hand comes out of its mouth and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah, sure. But the skin does eventually dissolve away to nothing.
Okay.
Oh, good. I don't have to claim that.
And then he just says,
He shrinks.
I want some assurances that Tulpa will have a deal. give me those, and I'm happy to help. Not just your word.
What
You said you
would
were going to go and speak to other Bodhisattva. Come back with the assurance, and I'm happy to help.
Nirnham and Ubermaw exchange looks. And Nirnham says, your terms are acceptable. And then there's a clap of thunder, and him and Ubermaw both disappear.
That's rather rude of them to leave without saying goodbye.
We've got to teach them a different theatric.
Yeah.
I assume... God, I forgot his name.
Rifa?
Quartz brother stays. Yeah, Rifa.
Yeah, he's staying to rest and recover. It's kind of a miracle he's alive at all, to be honest.
A couple of miracles, really.
I mean, I was planning on killing him, but you guys changed my mind, so.
And now I have beetles.
You do have beetles.
Yay!
The second person in the campaign to start collecting those.
Please tell me the other one didn't die.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, cool. I'll take not yet. Well, I am exhausted.
Bedtime.
Yes.
These rows clap their hands together.
All right.
Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. You got something?
So you the whole going up to the rooms thing, is that now being reintroduced as the topic of conversation?
I mean, you were always welcome to go upstairs if you wanted to. Like, nobody was going to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
But what they were saying was, can they leave you unsupervised? And I guess that's what they're going to do for the time being. They might be locking their own bedroom doors or something. That's up to them, I guess.
Yeah, he just like stays there standing and looking out the windows, looking at the fire, unless someone says something to him.
Do you sleep?
Well, I'm trying to think. Would I know what sleep is?
It's fair.
You know, the thing where you go unconscious, have a vivid hallucination, and usually suffer amnesia about it afterwards?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Drow can sleep from what I'm seeing. They don't necessarily have to. But they typically would only sleep if they're sick or injured. That's what I'm seeing anyways.
Not a drow. But also, I'm just wondering, like, I know that the race that I am doesn't sleep. I'm just wondering if things they'd be familiar with do. And I can't think of anything. A lot of things in the Underdark don't sleep.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I'll stick with my answer.
All right. Fair enough.
I mean, if you don't need to sleep, that's fine. Just curious.
He just looks at you as you're talking.
Well, if you
You're
need
very
any-
inscrutable.
if you need anything, just ask one of the servants. They will get it for you.
There's lots of food.
Food is what
Doesn't
you.
say anything.
Never mind.
It's time for my beauty rest, so I will see you guys later.
All right. Is anybody besides Myrkrið staying down here?
No, I have to sleep.
I gotta sleep.
Yeah.
All right. Let me copy you guys here.
But Luz will let Myrkrith know if they want coffee, they have coffee.
Gives a very like hesitant nod.
Okay. Let me just paste y'all in here. Oop. Oh, it's lagging. Roll20 is lagging real bad right now.
Oh God.
That was crazy. I've never seen it lag so much. It's like you don't post tokens. All right, let me just pull y'all on over to the screen.
Yoink.
Of course, the audience can't see anything, so just give me a break for a second, audience, while I copy your eyeballs.
That doesn't sound mildly terrifying at all.
Copy your eyeballs with the...
Beholder talk right there.
I don't consent to talking or copying my eyeballs.
The beholder strikes out at you guys with disintegration beam. All right, you guys,
Quartz.
you players should be able to see, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, here's the stairs to the upper floor. You're welcome to like look around.
Is there like a master bedroom on this map?
There is, yeah. It's in the lower left-hand corner. You guys can't see through the doors, can you?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, let me start removing doors so that you can go through them. There's the master bedroom that I just opened up. I'll just start. There's a bunch of like tiny rooms with cots, basically, because it's like an N kind of
An out.
an out. Looks like Lucero's found a room. There's that room, Lucero. There's that room, Candor. Is there anybody else at a door that there's a bunch of doors, so I'm just
cozy.
gonna pull.
There's an
off.
outside. Oh, that seems weird.
That's the window you just jumped out of, I think.
No, there's a thing here.
Oh, that's a balcony. Yeah, okay.
Oh no, I did jump out the window though.
Yeah, there's
a door there, but I can't open the door.
Yeah, I can pull that door off. I guess that room has
Yeah.
like some of those rooms have like a little balcony. I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
that
I have a
before.
balcony. I get to go outside and look at the not real stuff.
It's like a little fire pit out there. It looks like maybe a table and chairs. I can't see. I can't zoom in enough right now.
A table and chairs. Yeah. And a stool.
Yours gets it, but mine
Luce-
don't.
No, yours has one. I just pulled the door
Oh,
off
okay.
of yours, Lucero. Yours has like a I guess it's table and chairs, but it looks like with the dynamic lighting that there's a bonfire, but it's just a light source, I think.
Yeah.
See, you just have to go out the window to show them that it's there.
No, Lucero just sees the bed and is just like, fuck, right into it.
Kia, of course, your room has a same thing. Here, I'll paste some more of these eyeballs around so the audience can see. That's not right. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. Doy. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Where did Abe? Okay, Abe and Flo. You went up here and grabbed just the cot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Am I missing anybody? I feel like I'm missing somebody because Myrkrith's not here. Okay. I guess Rifa will just take this one of these other big rooms. Let's see. There's a storage room there. I'll just give him this room over here by Candor. Take the doors off of that. It's actually got 3 beds in it, but whatever. He'll be fine. Here, let me pull him over there. Boom. Okay. All right. So, you folks gonna rest it up here, I guess?
We are going to honk me.
Yep.
You may all take your rest, I suppose.
Long, short.
Long.
Question.
Sure, Wolfrin.
Seeing how we're only 1 XP away from leveling up, should we just do the level up now?
I mean, it's a good time to do it if you wanna do it now, I suppose, yeah.
Nice.
I'll give you a total for the XP at the end of the session, but you can go ahead and level up now.
Yeah, I imagine we'll get one.
Yeah, 1 for RP at least.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys, audience, if you didn't know, they were 1 XP away from level last session, so I made them wait.
Yeah, he was horrible. He did it on purpose. I know it,
princess.
chat.
He's so mean.
He abuses us.
Okay, you're going back to changeling form. Let me.
Yeah.
Let me get the token. So I guess you guys can I'm not gonna interrupt your rest. You can you're in a safe place, everything. Wow, that's a giant token. Let me shrink that down some. There you go. That's the right one, right?
Yeah.
So you guys can recover all your HP, your spell slots, all that stuff. You can level up your character. You guys want to talk about your level ups while you're doing it, since we're in session? Like, what are we getting? What are we getting, guys? Level 15?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we getting anything good? It's a little extra XP or a little extra HP, right?
Yep.
What else?
I got... Where'd it go? I have now Universal Speech. As an action, choose 5 creatures within 60 feet. Chosen creatures can magically understand you regardless of the language you speak for 1 hour.
Right on.
I get perfected armor.
Perfected.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
What's it do?
Let's see. Your arcane armor gains additional benefits based on its model shown below. Guardian, when a huge or smaller creature you can see ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to magically force it to make a strength saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, you pull the creature up to 25 feet directly to an unoccupied space. And I can attack with the same reaction.
Right on.
And if it's an infiltrator, it just does. Any creature that takes lightning damage from your lightning launcher glimmers with magical light. The glimmering creature sheds light. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. And the next attack roll against it has advantage, and if that attack hits, the target takes an extra d6 lightning damage.
Okay. Anybody else get anything cool for level 15? Just don't want to talk about it? That's fine. You don't have to.
I got that.
Creature adds one of your bardic inspiration dice to its ability to check attack. Save throw. The creature can keep the bardic inspiration die. Okay. Cool. So
Yeah.
they just get to keep inspiration
If they fail.
if they. Oh, okay. So it doesn't burn it until it works.
Until it makes a success. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty nice.
Not bad at all. All right. So make sure you refill your HPs there.
Yes.
Your spell slots. Let me know when you guys are all good.
I haven't decided what I'm doing for this level yet.
Take
That's
your
what
time.
I'm looking at now.
It's fine.
I
I mean, we
things.
are almost at 3.5 hours if you guys want to call session here. Up to you guys.
I wanna end on a cliffhanger.
You want to end on a cliffhanger. All right. I can make that happen.
Why? Just why?
Cause I wanna know what's gonna happen to us.
We all die. There you go. Are you happy now?
Most likely.
Pick my spells.
Yeah, I think that is it. Cool. How is everybody else doing?
I am all done.
I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna hold
You're,
off.
you're waiting? Okay. All right. I thought you were going to pick out your stuff. Okay. All right. Well, you all rest for 8 hours or so. You recover. What do you all want to do when you wake up?
Go downstairs and grab some breakfast.
Food sounds good.
All right.
Coffee.
You can certainly do that. I think Rifa is gonna rest a bit longer. Is anyone else going downstairs?
I think everyone would go downstairs. Us.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Feel free to make your way. Let me just boom. All right, and I'll just bring you guys back over to this screen.
When you swap me back to the other token, I have no vision
No vision.
for some reason. Yeah.
You just now said something?
Well, you were swapping to the other screen anyway, so it didn't matter.
All right. Do you have dark vision, right?
Yes,
60.
I believe so.
There, you should be fixed now. I literally just copied. I don't
know.
Let me just here's what I gotta do. I gotta go fix it on the title screen. That would probably fix it. Everybody else has vision, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Wolfrin, it should never happen again. I have fixed it on the title screen. If it ever happens again, it's Roll20's fault.
Fair. Myrkrið is just sitting in this corner over here when you guys come down. I believe there's a chair there.
Quartz is gonna go down, ignore him, and go into the kitchen to make some food.
Luz
Alright.
gives them like the sleepy, like floppy, like hand wave. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She comes back out and goes, does anyone have any requests for breakfast?
No.
As long as there are no worms served, we're good.
How about you, Candor? I know you always have an opinion.
I'm rather easy on breakfast. Eggs.
All right. Coming right up. And then she goes
Lucero
back to the
brings
kitchen.
out their bottle of coffee.
So no one's talking.
Everyone's just like
Alright.
got that morning grogginess. I'm working on a thing while you guys are having your scene. You guys do whatever it is. you
Lucero
wanna
has
do.
dug out one of those like big like steins. It is just filling it up with coffee.
You know that's bad for you, right? Also, can't you not do that?
You want me to function?
No, I mean, can't you? Doesn't the thing not function like that?
As long as I pour it into something, it goes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like some?
No. Remember the
You're
last
wrong.
time you gave me coffee?
Oh, it was a ball. I enjoyed it.
I did not. Anyways.
Neither did the rest of the Sun Arcana, but that's another story.
Well, if you're not doing anything else, you could play me at cards.
Fine. Who's got a deck?
Me!
Of course you do.
I always have a deck. That's why I have a bag of holding, so I can have everything.
You want to bet again, don't you?
I mean, if we were to just so happen bet if you would come back into the office every now and then.
Wouldn't you rather have some gold?
No, what would I spend gold on?
Myrkrið, you want to play too? They're like shouting this across the thing.
You see him like poke his head around so that you can see him. He just shakes his head.
What are you doing over there?
Why? Computer, why?
Talking
Why
to
is
him.
Yeah.
Okay, there it goes. Ugh.
Come be social.
He like looks around, sitting.
Come sit over here. I have hot bean soup.
Oh, you mean
gets up.
coffee?
And move over here.
That's about as close as we're gonna get you, aren't we?
He doesn't say anything. He just looks at you.
You know, we don't bite much.
That hard.
I have a question for you, Quartz. Are you aware of things going on outside your mansion?
How do you do that?
I don't know.
I believe so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Not unless
No, I
they're,
don't think
like,
so.
Trying to dispel it or something. Actually, he wouldn't even know. We'd just get ejected.
Yeah, I know. I know that.
Yeah. We're coming up on it, don't. I mean, we're not coming up on it because it's 24 hours, but you know.
Oh, somebody don't kick Lucero out mid-coffee. Somebody's gonna die.
Right as you're about to take the first sip.
Quartz comes out with a plate of eggs and then hands it to Candor.
Doesn't even blink seeing Lucero with the stein of the coffee, do they?
I mean, Quartz knows that you have the coffee. She gave it to you.
You know how big German steins are, right?
She expects nothing less. So, how did you guys rest?
Like a baby.
Good. Feeling much better?
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Myrkrið? How was your
Sit.
time by the fireplace?
Long.
Yeah. 8 hours is typically a long time. Most people find hobbies to do then.
Do you always rest for so long?
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What did you do while you rested? Did you just stare at the wall?
He stares at you.
That sounds like a yes.
Seems like he likes to stare a lot. Is it Flo right now or is it Abe?
It's the changeling form.
Oh, let me fix.
Go ahead. Continue. I'll fix it while you're.
Okay.
And how about you?
We're good. We slept well. Anyways, while we're here, where's the food?
Well,
I have eggs.
I asked you what you wanted.
I asked for something as long as it's not worms.
All right. Well, I'll be right back.
Get the gummy worms.
Coffee?
Get the gummy worms.
Yes.
Oh, I
Lucero,
lost.
leans around Candor and is like
dark
holding up their
vision.
bottle of coffee. Coffee?
I got you.
Well, technically, I don't have dark vision. It's my homunculus.
Quartz comes back with a giant chocolate cake.
Should be fixed.
Oh, yum! We devour it. We don't really have this much sweets in our district.
What do you usually have?
Just plain bread and water.
Well, if that's what you wanted, you should have told me. I have plain bread and water.
That's fine. We're full. Thank you.
No problem, sweetie. I wonder how Rifa's
I
doing.
want to go to the Wheel of Fortune.
Quartz is gonna go up to check on Rifa.
Yeah, when you go up, he's coming out of his room. He turns and sees you. He looks a little bit better. He's probably still wearing the bandages, but he's all cleaned up. Yeah, he'll follow you back down if you want.
Okay. How was your rest, brother?
Much needed. Feel a bit better now, I think. Got my strength back.
That's good. The rest of them are downstairs. Do you want anything to eat?
I suppose. What do you have?
You know me. I have everything.
Yeah, he nods. Very well. I suppose eggs, meat.
All right. Coming up quick.
I mean, I think it has just about everything.
She goes to the kitchen, and after maybe like 5 or 10 minutes, she comes back out and gives him his eggs and meat.
Just like bacon or sausage or yes to all of them.
Yeah, all of them. I'm sure Quartz knows how he likes his food.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, cool. So you hand him his food. The rest of you digging in, I guess, with
Yes.
your coffees and all that stuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Lucero is just slowly stealing from Candor's.
He reaches into his robe and he pulls out like a pipe with some kind of scented herb in it, and ignites it with his tip of his finger, or something. As he starts to eat, pipe in one hand. Smoking a pancake, anyone? What are the rest of you doing?
Quartz is going back in the kitchen and make food for herself.
Okay. Step back into the kitchen. All right. Let me see here.
I'm eating.
I guess I'll just do the thing now. It seems like you're all waiting on me to do it. So I'll just do it. No, you stepped back into
Possibly.
the kitchen,
I mean-
Quartz. You stepped into the kitchen.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
wasn't
I'm
sure. I wasn't sure how long the thing lasted. That's fine.
Like, oh no, he's doing the thing. I better regroup with the party.
Oh, I was gonna say that. I don't know how long it took for you guys to do whatever you were doing. Just gonna come back out in like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not in the kitchen anymore. You step into the kitchen, and remember, you all asked for this.
Great.
I did no such thing.
You step into the kitchen, and the mansion starts to come apart around you. Everyone's sitting at the tables. Same thing happens for you. It's kind of like you guys ever seen what was it, Marvel Endgame or whatever, when they dissolve to I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Stark, and then he like dissolves to dust. It's like that, but it's the building itself that, like, one thing at a time starts to dissolve. Like the food in your
Frantically.
yeah, the food. Yeah, you try to eat really quickly. The food's dissolving as you're into dust, like as you're trying to munch on it, right? All right. Let me. Wow, why is your token so small on this map? That is weird. That is so weird. Here. Let me fix all
Well, this
your...
isn't after I finish eating what I could. Well, this isn't supposed to happen soon, or this soon.
Yeah, that was supposed to happen later. Or whatever. I guess I'll...
Lucero is chugging their coffee.
Come on, token. There we go. What is this? Well, at least, like, Myrkrið, you were standing up. You'll see. You guys pop in, like, some of you are like on furniture halfway, and you fall and stuff. So I'm basically trying to put you in as close to the same spot as I can on the new map. So it would be something like this. Something like this. Does it look about right? Now, there's also in the room with you, Quartz, there is this person.
What the fuck are you?
It's a female green dragonborn. She's
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah, the portrait's kind of cute, I guess, or whatever, right? So something like this. I just grabbed a random picture.
Do I recognize them? Do I know who they are?
Yeah, I would say so.
That's not a good answer.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get the name.
So are we like dumped?
Yeah.
Yes, we are yeeted.
You're yeeted.
Yeah.
She dispelled the... I was already planning to do this before you guys mentioned it, by the way, just so you know. But you guys know me. Okay. Her name's...
Lucero is pissed.
Her name is Grudro. Grudro. Let me spell that for you.
Yeah, I was about to say, please.
Grudro. She is very vindictive. You all had a... I think maybe you work something out for somebody. She actually works with some of the folks from Judgment. Is kind of the Arcana she frequents the most. You gave somebody a deal that she was trying to hunt down for something a while back, and it allowed them to escape like their judgment. Basically, like they had committed some kind of crime or something they were supposed to be punished for, and the deal you gave them, that you hooked them up with, helped them evade that punishment. She has been hunting you down since, or at least like trying to pay you back. Maybe not trying to kill you per se, because you can't really.
Grudro is hunting you down.
But she's been on bad terms with you and trying to find a way to get you back since then. The magnificent mansion dispels. You're dumped randomly back into this building, and she's just standing there looking at you with this proud look on her face.
Menacingly.
Yeah. And she says, Quartz, finally found you. And with everything going on the way it is, maybe it's time to finally get that payback I've been looking for. And then we see her like smile, and she's got all these pointed teeth. We can end there, or you guys can all roll initiative. Which would you like?
Do the rest of us even know?
You don't know.
We're in a different room.
Yeah. You don't really know per se, but I'd allow you to be in turn order.
Can I inside check her?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I just want to know if she's like about to strike, or is she just like more sly about it? Like, is she like ready to go at it right away, or is she just like, let's talk about it?
Okay. I'll have her roll something here to try to like hide her intentions. Looking at her stats. Okay. She has this air about her like a cat who's caught a mouse, right? Like you're gonna kill it, but you're gonna play with it for a little while first. It's more enjoyable that way. That's the impression you have of her.
Right.
And I think it's fair to say you've heard she's quite strong, but
All right, Grudo. You found me.
it's Grudro.
Grudro. I'm sorry. But... And she, like, walks closer to her. Well, what do you want?
She says, I'm here for payback. You cost me a charge. Judgment needs a head. I'll take yours. She smiles. She says, you know, people can die in heaven now. Have you heard? And she like looks around the wreckage of the room.
Oh, I'm aware. I didn't realize that you were so quick to want to die.
Okay, all right. Do you attack her?
No, not yet. But because especially since I haven't figured out what I want to do with my next level, so.
All right, you want to wait till next session?
Yeah.
All right, so here's what happens. She oh boy. Huh. She draws a sword, and like with the shot in the background, we can see like the through the window, we can see like the trees outside. She draws a sword, and as she does so, you can see like the bushes outside the window, almost like moving in the background, the grass or whatever, and like she has a little bit of vines on her head, and they kind of like almost grow in length as she draws her sword, and she grins, and she says, "Judgment comes calling, devil. Quite quick indeed." And then we cut to black credits, and we'll have you guys roll initiative next time. I'm excited for you guys to see about Grudro here. Should be fun.
I'm excited.
How's everybody doing? You guys all good? How about you guys in the other room? Some of you are on top of benches. Looks like Abe and Flo have moved off of the counter or whatever that thing is. I don't know. Wall something. I don't know. Well, I hope you guys had fun today. So let's go through experience really quick. We didn't have any combat today, but I think you guys all get a 4 for RP. Lots of RP today, and you guys all did a good job. Let's see here. I'll give you guys lore, quest stuff. I'll give you guys a 3 for that. I think you did a lot better than last time as far as... actually, I'll give you guys a 4. I'll give you guys a 4 for that. Because you guys definitely got a lot more of the stuff that you missed last time around. And rule of cool. I mean, I think you guys... There was some cool stuff that happened here. Like, I could tell you the players... for example, with the whole thing with Rifa being flesh corrupted from the scythe, I could tell the players knew exactly what was happening immediately, but you guys didn't metagame it and just be like, we know exactly how to fix this. You have to do it this specific way. Instead, you guys sacrifice spell slots to try to figure it out in character, which I appreciated. I thought that was cool. I also thought the thing with the gold beetles was cool. That whole interaction where some of you couldn't see them and you were seeing something else, and then like the taking it apart with Candor, that was really cool. So I'm going to give you guys another 3 points for rule of cool. So that should bring you to a total of 11. You've already given yourself 1 for the level, presumably. So that'll give you guys 10% of the next level. Yeah.
We killed Rifa.
You killed him
Well,
for a second.
Ferdy did.
Yeah, I guess I should take away a point for that, shouldn't I? No, I think you were just trying to be funny there. It was funny. It was a funny thing. I don't think you were actually trying to kill him. Were you? Were you trying to kill him, Ferdy? I don't know. It is Ferdy, so I gotta wonder if Ferdy like kills Rifa and is like, I stopped there. I love you, Ferdy. It's all good.
I mean, if Abe Flo actually killed Rifa, I don't know what Quartz would have done.
I was kind of wondering for a second, like, and then I'm gonna finish him off with something else. I stab him through the chest while he's down. That's what I was waiting on. I'm like, oh no, Quartz is gonna kill you, or you're gonna kill Quartz, whichever.
I mean, Quartz had full health, or mostly full health.
Yeah. well, we will see about this Grudro next time. A random NPC that I just made up on the spot today, because I was actually planning on ending a different way, but somebody wanted a cliffhanger, so I just made one up in 5 minutes.
I do love the cliffhanger though.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Cliffhangers are fun, so I do like them. Well, so I guess I'm supposed to shout stuff out or something. So let me try to do that. Couple things I would like to mention. I have recently reinstalled a little game called Fallout New Vegas. And I haven't really messed around with it on PC before, so I'm doing that. And I've decided, I think, that I'm just gonna mod the absolute crap out of it, and I might do a little series on it. I tried this before with Fallout 4, but I ran into a lot of problems with just it taking up too much space on my hard drive with all the mods. It was an insane amount of space. It was like a couple hundred gigs or something with all the mods. But New
Holy
Vegas
crap.
is, yeah, I had like hundreds of mods on the thing. But New Vegas is much smaller game. Now a lot of the mods are gonna like make it bigger with like extra textures and graphics and stuff, but it should be easier than a Fallout 4. Maybe I'll do Fallout 4, try that again later. But I always preferred New Vegas anyways. I haven't played it in like a decade. So I might be doing a series on it. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Other stuff, you can jump in the Discord. It's free for anybody to do it. You can jump in the Discord for free and see what all these whack jobs are talking about, including myself. Here's the link if you're in Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, all the links are in the description down below. Make sure you give the video a like, give it a little subscribe, tickle the algorithm or whatever. Let's see here. Wolfrin, who played Myrkrið for you today, has another character from the original team on this show called Vash. Vash has artwork. You can check out that artwork at deviantart.com/Jessica Pegarero. There's a link for that. You can go check it out. Give the artist some love. I think that is all the stuff, the shout outs I got. I mean, you can always find us again here. I'm Ramblinman TV everywhere, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all the things. Other shows this week, we've got Broken on Wednesday night. Same Broken time. And I think that's it this week. Other than that, next show will be this show, Monday, a week from today. We'll be back. And then we'll have Masks next week and Unknown New Orleans next week on Tuesday and Friday, respectively. I don't know. Thank you guys for playing. Always fun playing with you guys. Watching you guys do silly RP stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks to the institution folks who stopped by. Roxy, great to see you in here. Does anybody else have anything?
That's it for me.
All right. Well,
Not that I know of.
everybody have a fantastic week and a good night. And we'll see a couple of you guys on Wednesday, and the rest of you guys we'll see next week. All right. Good night, folks.
Good night.
And remember,
Peace.
your hotel might disappear out from under you.
Yes. Bye, guys.